hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Diana. How's it going? How's it going out there? Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Good evening, Zon. Excuse me. How's it going? I technically just woke up from a nap. After work, I've started laying down for a little bit, just to force myself to relax. Cause I mean, we sit all day, but I keep falling asleep, which isn't a bad thing. But when you wake up right before a stream, I always set an alarm just in case. It's like, oh god, what's happening here? EP stream. I did make an instant cappuccino drink, so it's caffeine and sugar, so I should perk up, but yeah. Just a little bit of sleepy. Otherwise, nothing crazy today. Let's see, what do I have to share today? I lost my 50-50 in ZZZ. I didn't get Ellen. I got a second copy of Grace. So we're back to the. You were about to say the same. Oh my god. I have a friend on my private account who she's like, wow, I got Ellen and her weapon in 20 rolls. I don't know if I'm gonna keep playing though. This game's kind of boring. I'm like, shut up! Shut up! Give me your account then, you ungrateful! Oh, you got Nekomata! That's nice. I want Nekomata too. Someone at work said something similar? God, these ungrateful people. That's always how it goes, isn't it? I was talking to a Duna about it. I'm like, god damn it, like, okay, yeah, when you lose 50-50, it can suck, but at least give me a character I don't have, especially this early in the game. It's like, I already have Grace. Don't give me a duplicate. I barely have any fire characters except for Ben. Give me more fire characters. Come on. At the very least. Oh, C6 Sokaku. Yeah! She's pretty great. She works decently well with, Lycion and Corin. The only issue I have with Sokaku is for her special, you need to hit the button multiple times. So she's not great in situations where the enemies are really, really fast, but she does do a lot of damage. So it's kind of the trade-off. If you can set up the freeze and then use her to freeze, then you get a chance to do a lot of shovel attacks, but ooh, yeah, that would be fun. That would work great. Oh, who? We don't know her name yet, but there's like a mouse girl, like a mouse lady that's been making the rounds in like 1.1 leaks. She seems cool. What is it? what's his name? Sean Lowell or something like that? He's supposed to be another pub sec officer, I think. Everyone was describing him as like a puppy boy, but then we saw his full art. I'm like, that looks like a snow leopard tail. That's a pretty big tail for a dog. But the tail and knife and jacket, yes, her. I saw some stuff describing her as Jane Doe, but I'm like, I don't know if that. They were like, we don't know if that's her real name, so it's just a placeholder. But yeah, she's like supposed to be like some kind of mouse girl. I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. And then obviously the rest of the hands group soon. I'm on chapter 2.5. I'm like in the midst of getting my Internod level up to rank 34, and based on what I've seen floating around Twitter, the next chapter after that will be with the Victorian housekeeper people, which is exciting. She's only been shown briefly in the recent trailers. Yes. So, yeah, we got time. The interlude for chapter 2.5 has, the two pub sec girls, so, oh my god. What were their names? I can see how they're spelled in my head, but trying to remember the pronunciation when you've only heard them for like an hour. I'm so bad with names, especially when they're Chinese. Jing Yi? Who's like the robot girl, who I think is gonna be the second 5-star for the 1.0 patch, and then Chuyun? The ponytail girl with the gun? I apologize, those are probably not the right pronunciations. I cannot... Like I said, I can see how they're spelled in my head. One day I'll look... You're looking forward to meeting her? Oh, she's hilarious. She's great. She's very DD core. Her personality is very... like, it's very blunt, very sassy. She's like... What is it? She's technically, they didn't go into what exactly she is, but she's some kind of robot, android, something like that. They just kind of touched on everything briefly. But that was fun. Yeah, that was chapter 2.5. I unlocked that after getting the Internod account up to level 30, so woohoo! Actually... That is the right energy. That is the right energy for her. She likes to say a lot of proverbs, which, like, subtly confuses her partner. It's like, wait, how did you know what direction to go? Oh, footsteps in the snow, traces in the sand, blah 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 blah. And then it all boils down to, actually, my right hand hurts, so I figured they went to the right. Sounds like Miyabi? Very, very, very similar personality, yeah. Miyabi actually showed up at the end of 2.5. She and Ponytail, PubSec officer, it sounds like, went to school together, which is cool. I assume it was like the police academy kind of thing. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Hey, Jambola. Yeah, it was like that kind of saying for sure. Yeah, they were specifically quoting Chinese, I assume it's a Chinese saying, a Chinese equivalent, but yeah, it was a fun chapter. whole bunch of quests with cats, unlocked a new location, lots of good stuff. It's nice to see that everything's still kind of flowing. In Genshin, when I first started, you like get to the end of the plot in no time. Same thing with Honkai Star Rail. So it's nice that there's like 3 chapters worth of content and they staggered it out until like level like 35 essentially. So not staying cause spoilers, but catching the pre-show. Thank you. Yeah. We're still on the common route at least, so nothing spoilery for Nico arc or anything. I appreciate you stopping by. Also, Iduna said she might actually catch up, so hello if you're out there, Iduna. She said she was gonna put me on the big screen. Ah. Whether she does or doesn't, who knows? My friends are funny that way. On the TV? On the TV, yeah! She and her partner have been watching the Fate animes, and when she found out that I was gonna be streaming Tsukihime today, she was like, oh, it's like, we might put you on the TV. I'm like, am I now a part of your partner's indoctrination to the Type Moon franchises? Yeah, apparently that's just what they do when they actually catch the streams. Like, they don't go upstairs or like watch me on their phone. They put me on the big TV in the living room. like I'm primetime family entertainment. One of us. Apparently they offered they were like, oh, should I? Iduna's partner was like, oh, should I try out Fate Grand Order then? And both Iduna and I were like, because it's like, would you probably enjoy the plot? Yes. Would you like how much reading there is? No. I think they're like slightly dyslexic. Like, they like to read, but they have a hard time reading a lot of dialogue. So like even with gacha games and stuff like that, like, they listen to everything in English, one of those kinds of things. So I'm like, we're like, it's like, you would probably like it, but reading all of that dialogue on the phone's probably not gonna jive with you. Can be a commitment, yes. Oh my god. Is that another game? Is that your friend? Can they hear me? Oh man. Yeah. Oh, I remember the first time Papa Melis caught me watching like my anime DVDs, and he was like, can you understand that? I'm like, I mean, there's subtitles. He's like, oh, okay. Bless Mama and Melis though, because they bought me some Blu-rays that I wanted for Christmas one year. And this was what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't have a computer with a DVD/Blu-ray drive anymore, and this was before I got a monitor so I could watch stuff in my room. Like, I just had like my laptop, and so they let me commandeer one of the TVs to watch them, and it was Eden of the East, which is like an interesting enough mystery-ish series, but also has a lot of really weird anime moments. I could tell Mama Melis was like vaguely interested, but also very, very confused. And then what else was it? I was making lunch one time and I had something playing on my iPad. Like I was making an omelet or something like that. So you know, you have to be close by to make sure it doesn't burn, but you don't have to like constantly be stirring something. So you can like sort of watch something off to the side a little bit. And it was, what was it? Sakura-san's Lovely Bones, something like that, which was like a mystery anthropology sort of series. And that was around the time when Bones, the TV show, I think was around, or very popular. So Papa Melis had come into the kitchen to like make himself a sandwich, and I guess in the process he got distracted by by the show, so he ended up standing there in front of my iPad eating his sandwich and watching my show. I was like, I can send you the link and like my account login if you want to watch more. He's like, no, that's okay. Once was enough. I'm like, but you stood there for the full 20 minutes watching the sandwich. You asked me the name of the show. What do you mean you're not interested in watching more? You the big movie buff like guy. You're not interested at all? The subbed Mario movie, oh my god, I was thinking of that recently because Mamoru Miyano, who voiced Mario in the Japanese version of the Mario movie, was at Anime Expo, so you saw pictures of him floating around. He's adorable. Married with kids, but I swear to god, every anime fangirl has a crush on that guy. He's just so silly and pleasant. That's one voice actor that if it ever came out that he was like a cheater or something, I think we would all be incredibly upset. Because we all treat him like, you know, our like favorite uncle kind of thing. Man, oh my god, I've been yapping for 24 minutes. Alright, we should probably get rolling. I will be yapping a lot more in the next half an hour. Okay, so I pulled up our flowchart so we can reference a little bit what's happened so far. Professional yapper. Always. Always. Not uncle voice actor, right? Hopefully it never comes to that. Oh, they gave a little summary of how the scene's gonna go, but yeah. So yeah, when we last left off, it's the third day, our boy saw a dog getting melted. He woke up, saw a really weird lady who showed up in the house. Or was that the day before? I think that might have been the day before, either way. And then he got a weird inheritance from Daddy Dearest, who has recently deceased. It's a pocket knife. And the kanji on it is for 7 nights, so they figure it's maybe pronounced Nanatsu no Yoru, or something like that. Nanatsuya no Yoru. I know it's pronounced Nanaya, but that's because I know how this game goes from reading about it years and 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 years ago. Many years. Alright, let me just adjust the mic a little bit. I'm trying to find a good position. I need to like put tape on my desk, so it's like the mic needs to be directly over here. Alright, that should be good. Sounds pretty good so far. Excellent, okay? Yeah, just the levels don't show me if the compressor is actually bringing me down properly. So anytime it bumps up close to the red, I'm like, oh. But yes, we will get a going. Let's see here. Monitor output. Just I've got all this we need ready to go. Oh. Ah, nope, that's not. Okay. It's just before homeroom. The classroom is as lively as always. The boys and girls are still locked in a battle over Miss Noel. Ah, yes, Miss Noel. Are totally sus, definitely not to be trusted homeroom teacher. Thankfully, I don't belong to either camp. I amble over to my desk in the middle of no man's land and...
Yo, 遅いぞっとの。
Oh, Shiki. Our buddy Arihiko. One second. It's showing that there's volume, but I do not have volume, so give me 1 sec. We love the technical difficulties. All right. There's always something. Do. Let's audio. Okay. 1 sec. I might have to change how we're capturing it because I got no sound. Rude. There's always something. There's always something. Chat can give you descriptive audio. Would you guys be trustworthy though? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Alright, there we go. There we go. We should be good again. Alright, 1 sec. See, now it says you guys aren't getting it, but I have it at my end. What is going on here? You were working fine the other day. Why are you like this now? Alright. When in doubt, we restart the switch. You are like, you yapped too much. Now you suffer. We going once, we going twice. Hang on, come on, Switch. Going once, going twice. It's been a while since we've had one of these snafus. Alright, we're gonna try something. Cause... yeah, there's no sound. What is going on here? Everything broke. Arihiko broke everything. Thanks, buddy. Let the guy on screen for 5 seconds, right? So that's the thing, right? Like, it's not even just the Switch. Like, nothing is coming through in sound with my desktop. Oh, hang on. Because with the visual novel, I sort of need to know what's being voiced and not voiced. Okay, so the audio on my PC is fine. It's just OBS that's doing something okay. When in doubt, let's... When in doubt, re-add everything under the moon.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. I saw something. I saw a spike. Are we gonna hear myself? Oh, there we go. I saw something. I saw a spike. Okay, there we go. There we go. Had to... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Had to go in and switch off from default and make sure it's actually on my headphones. Usually not a problem, but there's always something. Alright, there you go. You guys actually should be able to hear this stuff now. Ay, caramba. Alright, I'm gonna hide that sidebar. Hey, hide it. Hide! Go away! Alright, let me rescale him a smidge. Hello, troublemaker. Alright, we're back in business, finally. I had the capture card as a direct source, but for whatever reason, I could not hear anything. But it was showing you guys could hear something, then I'm like, let's change this over then. And then suddenly I could hear stuff, and then you couldn't hear stuff, and there's always something. Alright, we should be good now. Put that there. Alright, here we go. Yo, you're late, Shiki. Waiting on my Windows side desk is someone who looks totally out of place in the morning. Not only that... Oh my gosh, hello. He's with someone even more unexpected.
先輩、なんでうちの教室に?
Ciel? What are you doing in our classroom?
あれ? そんなに珍しいことですか? 遠野くんが教室にいるかなってちょっと寄ってみただけですけど。
I guess it's a smidge unusual, not super unusual, but like a little unusual. There we go.
珍しいことです。普通、上級生は下級生のクラスには来ませんよ。下級生のクラスとか、もろ異分子って感じで恥ずかしいじゃないですか。
Wow. No self-confidence. Have confidence? He got no confidence. He got no confidence. Zero. Zip. Nada. None. It's definitely not common. Third years never come down to other classrooms. I'd have thought it'd be embarrassing for you to be seen with us.
そうですか? 遠野くん、割と細かいところに気が利くんですね。でも私はへっちゃらですよ。みんな同じ学校の人たちですから。
Really? I didn't think you were one to sweat the little things. I don't mind at all, though. We're all part of the same school, after all. What a saint. I'm at a loss for words.
いや、それでも3年と2年じゃ距離が離れすぎです。
It's that European influence. She's not as strict about the hierarchy as they are. Well, I won't be held accountable if you're late for class. The third-year classrooms are pretty far. Xiao nods seriously.
その点でも大丈夫です。私、こう見えても走るのは早いんです。下の階の自分のクラスまで1分もかかりません。
No need to worry about that. I may not look it, but I'm pretty light on my feet. I can make it downstairs and back to my own classroom in under a minute. It's from hunting all those vampires, huh? She puffs out her chest with pride. Tough in both body and soul.
お前も口やかましいな、トノ。
Lighten up, Tono.
いいじゃんか、先輩が好きで来てるんだからさ。
She's here because she wants to be. Arihiko, being Arihiko, is just sitting on my desk without a care in the world. Fully immersed in this chat with Ciel. Get off my desk, bro.
いいけど。じゃあホームルームが始まる2分前になったら自分のクラスに帰らないとダメだよ、先輩。
I don't mind, but you'd better get going once there's 2 minutes to homeroom. Suddenly feeling a wave of fatigue, I voice my discontent and sit down.
乾くん、遠野くんはご機嫌斜めみたいですね。
Tono doesn't seem to be in a very good mood today, Nui.
ああ、引っ越し先の生活が性に合わなくて感触を起こしてると見ました。トノは大抵のことは気にしないですけどね。なんかよくわからないことがあると暴れ出す悪癖があるんですよ。
Well, excuse me for being a little sensitive. Yup, I guess he isn't vibing with his new place. Tono's usually pretty chill, but he's got a bad habit of letting stuff he doesn't understand get him worked up.
そうなんですか？遠野くん、あんまり怒りそうにないですけど。
Really? He always struck me as the type to keep his cool.
いや、そんなことないんだな、これが。トノはおとなしそうに見えるだけで爆発するときは爆発するんすよ。割と頻繁にパチッと。
Great, thanks, making me sound like I'm a threat to society. Not at all. He may look quiet, but he'll explode every now and again. It happens all the time, actually. He snaps. Just like that.
はあ、パチッですか。
He snaps, you say.
そうそう。一度切れると見境がなくなるから、先輩もこいつを信用しちゃダメだぜ。
Do you want me to get together with her, or do you not want me to get together with her? I don't understand you, bro. Yep, you don't want to be around when he goes off, so you better stay on the lookout. Arihiko and Ciel continue whispering in front of me like a bunch of jerks.
あのさ、内緒話なら廊下でしてくれないか。人の机でそういうことされても丸聞こえで頭痛いんだけど。
If you're going to keep trading secrets, could you do it in the hallway instead of next to my desk? I can hear every word, and it's giving me a headache.
なんと聞こえていたというのか、トノ。
Are you stupid? Wait, you mean you could hear us? Yeah, I can. I didn't just hear you. I could also see when you tried to slip a hand around Ciel's waist under the guise of having your little discussion and how she immediately slapped it away. Bro. Bro. If anything, I'm less angry and more disappointed at that sham of a performance. Ciel is covering her mouth with her hands, unsure of how serious we are. She may have actually intended to trade secrets.
おう、これだから文系のメガネ君は俺と先輩のラ・マンな話を盗み聞くとか哀れにも程がありますな。そんなに日々欲求不満なんですか？新しい妹様はそんなに美人なんですか？今度紹介してくれますか？
She would eat you for breakfast. Man, classic nerd right down to the four-eyed part. You know it's rude to eavesdrop on a conversation between a gentleman and a lady. Gentle what? Not you. Not you, that's for sure. Getting desperate, huh? Is your new sister really that hot? Can you introduce me sometime?
アリヒコ、要するに俺に喧嘩を売ってるんだな。
Arihiko, are you trying to pick a fight?
そんなわけないだろう。俺とトーノは輝かしい友人じゃないか。気に食わなけりゃ親とだって殴り合うが、親友とだけは戦わないってのがポリシーなわけ。基本情に生きる男なんだ、俺。
Then I know policy? I don't know, policy. What was that J-pop song? Of course not. We're buds. I'd fight my own parents before I'd ever fight you. Aren't your parents dead? He lives with his sister. Aren't your parents dead? That's my policy. A man's gotta have a code, you know? Wow. A code that puts classmates over your own parents? That's messed up.
なるほど。腐ってるな、お前のポリシーは。
I see. Your policy sucks.
なんだ元気のないふりしやがって。根はいつもの遠野じゃんか。たく心配して損したぜ。
There's the real jackass. I know. You look so pathetic. I was worried about ya. My bud pats me hard on the back. Oh boy.
お前、もしかして気を使ってたのか？
You were worried about me?
ばっかそんなつまんないこと聞くなっての。
Aw, don't ruin
こういう
it.
のはさりげなくやるのが美徳じゃないのさ。
Everybody knows you're supposed to play it cool here. He throps my back some more. Please stop. I've known Adahiko for a long time, but there's still a lot about him that surprises me.
それで新しい家はどうなんだ？
How's that new house then?
見たところヘビーにストレス溜まってそうじゃんか。
You look pretty stressed out to me.
さあ、どうだろう。とりあえず昨日は妙な夢を見て、家の人たちに白い目で見られたけど。
I don't know. I had a weird dream last night, but when I told everyone about it, they looked at me like I was crazy.
そうか。それは災難だな。
Oof. That can't be good. Arihiko nods in sympathy. I turn to the source of the silence. Ciel is watching our stupid conversation unfold with a serious look on her face.
先輩？
Ciel?
遠野くん、やっぱり乾くんと仲がいいんですね。
You two sure do get along well.
本気ですか先輩？今のを見てそう思えるなんて。そ
You
のメ
think
ガネは
so?
度が合ってないですね。
Maybe you should get those glasses checked.
そんなことないです。遠野くん、乾くんの前だと気を抜いてるじゃないですか。
I do think
無
so.
防備で乾くんを信頼しきってます。
You seem more relaxed around Inui. I can tell you really trust him. For some reason, a bright smile stretches across her face. She's into that BL. Arihiko and I look at each other and tilt our heads like two puppies.
羨ましいな。そうやって何の気負いもなしで分かり合える友人がいるのって憧れます。
I'm jealous. I wish I had friends that I could be that open around. Ciel lets out a sigh of genuine admiration.
そうか。
Seriously? Arihiko and I grimace in unison.
と、そろそろ時間ですね。私は戻りますけど、遠野くん。
Oops.
今朝のニュース見ましたか？
Looks like it's time. I'm going to head back. Oh, did you see the news? News? Did you see the news this morning, Tono?
と、忙しくて忘れてた。まだ見てません。
I did it. I've been so busy, I haven't had the chance. And my house doesn't have a television? And I'm not allowed to use my cell phone?
そうですか。それじゃあ率直に聞きますけど、今朝のニュースで大きなお屋敷が映っていました。
I see.
あれって遠野くんのお家ですか？
I'll just be frank then. They were talking about a big mansion this morning. Is that your house?
え、
Hisui did mention that the police came around to ask some questions.
ああ、それはきっとうちのことかもですね。
Yeah, that's probably us.
今朝警察が話を聞きに来たって言ってたし。
I heard the cops were around this morning.
そうですか。遠野くん、あんまり夜遊びしちゃダメですよ。
I see. Well, don't go playing outside at night too much, okay? Ciel dashes out of the room. We watch her leave in silence.
さて、なあトーノ。
So, Tono,
なんだよ。つまんないことなら聞かないからな。
What? I hope you're not about to ask me something pointless.
つまらなくはないぞ。大きな疑問として、お前はいつの間に先輩の方から会いに来るほど親しくなってたんだ？
I'm just that great of a guy. What can I say? It ain't pointless at all, but I gotta ask. Since when are you so tight with Cien that she goes out of her way to see you?
俺に聞かれても返答に困る。話をするようになったのはここ最近だし、今日だって単なる気まぐれなんじゃないか。
Like I know the answer to that. We only just started talking recently. She probably just came here on a whim.
そういうお前だって親しそうだったじゃないか。
And hey, you seem like you get along with her pretty well yourself.
そうでもない。俺は7日もかけてやっと名前を覚えてもらったレベルだ。
Oh, if only. It took a whole week just to get her to remember my name. Really? A name as simple as Inui? Rip. You are not even a blimp on the radar.
ほう、そりゃ珍しい。一日でなびかない女はめんどくさいから相手にしないってのもお前のポリシーじゃなかったっけ？
Oh? That doesn't sound like you. Don't you usually give up on girls who don't show any interest after the first day? I thought that was another one of your policies or whatever.
波の女はな。だが先輩は別。
With most girls. Yeah, but she ain't most girls.
秘密にしていたんだが、実のところ俺の好みはだな。
I haven't told you, but she's totally my type.
メガネの似合う上級生だって言うんだろ。
An older woman who looks good in glasses, right? Arihiko blushes. Damn. Pegged to the wall.
わかりましたか、親友。
So you knew, comrade.
わかるよ。眉唾だけど、先輩が言うには俺たち親友らしいし。
Yup,
お
you
前が
heard
本
her
気かどう
just
かぐらい
now.
読み取れる。
We're the best of friends, apparently. I can read you like a book.
先輩は本気で可愛いしな。あの人と話して好意を持たない方がおかし
She
い。
is cute, though.
俺だってそうだ。
I doubt many guys could talk to her without falling for her, me included.
そうかそうか。
Gotcha, gotcha. You don't got anything.
遠野も先輩の良さがわかるのか。って、
So you
なん
finally,
ですと？
so you finally began to understand how cute she. Wait, what?
親友なら気が合うものだし、何より趣味も似通うもんだろ。
Or
好
friends,
きな
right?
女の子のタイプなんてもろかぶりになっても不思議じゃない。
It makes sense that we'd have similar tastes. No surprise we'd be into the same type of girl. Our eyes meet. After a brief but meaningful moment, Arihiko nods solemnly.
短い友情だったな、遠野。
It's been nice knowing you, but what?
ああ、まったくだ。
Yup, sure has. I send him off with a wave? What? Huh? Huh? Is that all our friendship amounted to? Just like that? Just like that, apparently. There might be some joke we just don't understand. Morning classes end and lunch break begins. Where should I grab lunch? Classroom? I guess I'll eat in the classroom. But I don't have much of an appetite today. Whenever I feel like this, I always throw up if I eat anything. The best course of action would be to just rest in the classroom, but...
もう殿、飯にしようぜ飯。
Never mind. We're still friends, apparently. Yo, Shige, let's get lunch! Seeing that mopey face has obliterated any appetite I did have. Okay, I'm definitely skipping lunch. Thanks for that, Arihiko.
悪い、今日はパス。一人で済ませてきてくれ。
Sorry, I'm gonna pass. You're on your own today.
なんだ？お前ますます不健康になってくな。
Hell, bro? You seem to be getting worse and worse.
何やっぱお貴族様な新生活は合いませんかね
What, is your new royal lifestyle not to your liking? Dude, you know I'm chronically ill. Can't you have an ounce of sympathy?
あのな、お貴族様なんかじゃ。あ、いや、そうかも。あれで貴族じゃないって言ったら何が貴族なんだ
Oh, come on. There's nothing royal about... No, wait. Maybe you're right. If that's not royal living, then what is?
トイレとかすごいんだぞ、アリヒコ。お前の部屋より広い、そして高い。
Even the bathroom is ridiculous. It's bigger than your whole place. Fancier, too.
マジでそんな落ち着かない生活したくねえな
You shitting me? Damn, who would want to live like that? Actually, I take it back. Arihiko's reaction is a breath of fresh air. It's nice to talk to someone who can relate.
まあ、建物の話は仕方ないとしてもだ。
Well, I can't exactly do much about the size of the place.
朝は7時に起きても遅いと文句は言われるし、門限は8時だし、おまけに無断外泊すると厳しく詰問されるなんて監獄生活みたいだろ。
But if I wake up at 7, well, I can't exactly do much about the size of the place. But if I wake up at 7, they complain I'm late. The curfew is 8 o'clock. And if I stay over somewhere without permission, I get grilled about it to no end. It's like I'm living in a prison.
のそれはそれでいい話じゃねえか
Huh, well, that might be a good thing in a way.
管理体制万々歳若者はもっとタイトに生きねえとな若いうちから楽しちゃろくな大人になれないぞ
Are you talking about yourself, Arihiko? Long live the system. Kids these days need more structure in their lives. If they start getting lazy from a young age, they'll end up becoming bums.
どうか。しかしお前に言われると
Agreed.
説得力があるな。
It feels especially true coming from you. He's living proof of that argument.
そうかなんだ今日の遠野はやけに素直じゃないか
Yeah? You're being weirdly nice today, bro.
よしよしじゃあ菓子パンを一つくれてやりますか
Okay, I'll let you have a treat for that.
だから食べ物はいいって。俺のことは気にせず食べろよ。昼休み終わっちゃうぞ。
Like I said, I'm not hungry, but don't mind me. Just go ahead and eat. Lunch will be over soon.
あそ
You sure?
うんじゃあ遠慮なくいただきます
Alright, if you say so. Arihiko claps his hands together and starts to eat his pastry. Credit where credit is due. Arihiko does know his manners.
お邪魔しま
Oh my god. Everyone just leave the chronically ill boy alone. Hey there! I hear a familiar voice. Ciel comes over carrying what appears to be a lunchbox.
お先輩って学食じゃなかったっけか
Huh? Don't you always get school lunch yet?
す。いえ、別に食事は決まってないですよ。その日の気分で何でもありです。
No, I don't really have a fixed lunch routine. It just depends how I feel that day. Ciel produces a lunchbox from a cute little pouch. The box looks pretty big for her, given her frame.
気分ってことは今日は早起きできたんでお弁当を作ってきたってことですか
You mean you only pack a lunch if you get up early enough?
そうなんです。今朝は珍しく7時前に目が覚めて。
That's right. I don't usually manage to wake up before 7, so...
何を言わせるんですか、遠野くんは。
Wait, what have you gotten me to say, girl? Relatable.
いえ、そんなつもりはなかったんですけど。
Uh...
もしかして朝は弱い方
No, that's not what I was going for. But it sounds like you aren't much of a morning person, are you?
はい。実は私、早起きは苦手なんです。
Not really. I have a hard time getting up early, to be honest.
ボランティアの時はもうかなり無茶をしちゃってます。
I really have to push myself to make it for my volunteer work.
私の実家はパン屋さんでしたからすっごく朝が早かったんです。けど私はどうしても朝に弱くて、もう子供の頃からお父さんに怒られてばかりでした。
My family actually used to run a bakery, but so they always got up really early in the morning. but I could never manage it no matter how hard I tried. You can't imagine how mad my father got. A bakery? What a bunch of clowns. Arihiko and I glance at each other. I'm sure we're both picturing Sia kneading dough with her delicate fingers before baking it in the wood-fired oven that she somehow has in her apartment.
お父さんとの戦いは3年ほど続きましたが、最後には
My father and I fought over it for about 3 years, but in the end he told me.
お前をしつけるのなら2人分働いた方がマシだ。
It'd be easier to work double duty than teach you to be a baker.
と、サジを投げられちゃいました。
And never spoke of it again. Damn. It kinda hurts when your parents just give up on you.
それ以来、私は起きる時間に関してはわがままし放題だったのです。
After that, he let me wake up whenever I wanted. Ciel puffs out her chest, beaming with pride.
そうだったんですか。
Huh,
な
really?
んか意外ですね。
I never would have guessed.
先輩、ものすごくしっかりしてそうなのに。
I mean, you always look like you have it together.
はい、遠野くんの前では失敗しないように頑張ってますから。本当はですね、どっちかっていうと容量が悪い方なんです。私。
I try to look my best in front of you. The truth is, I can be a bit of a mess sometimes. That might actually be true. Like her volunteer work, for one thing. Someone who had everything figured out probably wouldn't spend their time working for zero profit. Oh, come on. That's just rude.
そっか。でも俺、容量が悪い人の方が好きだよ。
I see. But personally, I like people like that.
一緒にいると安心できる。
They're comfortable to be around. Arihiko nods in agreement.
それで朝が弱い先輩は大抵学食だったわけなのか。
So you usually get lunch at school, cause you can't get up early enough to pack one, huh?
そういうわけなので学食ばかりですけど、たまにはこうやってお弁当ぐらい作ります。出来合いものの寄せ集めですけど。
But I do bring lunch from time to time, like today. It's just ready-made food I scrape together, though.
お二人は学食派ですよね。
Do you two always get school lunch?
いや、俺たちもその日の気分だな。1年の頃は俺も姉貴に飯作ってもらってたんだけどよ。遠野のやつが学食だったりパン食だったりするから合わせてるうちにこうなっちまったんだ。
Damn, he's got such a nice sister. Nah, we're the same as you. Depends what we're feeling that day. My sister made lunch for me when I was a first year. But then I started doing whatever Tono does. He's all over the place, eating at the cafe sometimes, just snacking other times.
はあ、遠野くんは気分屋さんなんですね。
Damn. Oh, so you're saying he can be fickle?
そうそう。こういう男と付き合うと疲れるだけだから先輩も気をつけな。
Wow, thanks. You got that right. Hanging with him can get pretty exhausting, so consider yourself warned. Ciel nods in agreement as she takes the lid off her lunchbox. Half of the round container is filled with rice. The other half with side dishes. It's a fairly standard lunch, if somewhat large.
では、いただきます。
Alright, let's eat. Itadakimasu!
隣の人の椅子借りていいでしょうか。
Do you think your neighbor will mind if I borrow their seat?
いないやつの椅子はみんなの椅子だよ。
Takada isn't here, so it's fair game.
高田くんも先輩に座ってもらえて本望だろうし。
I'm sure he'd be honored to have you sit in his seat anyway. I half expect Ciel to put her lunch box on my desk, but she sets it on her lap and begins eating. Arihiko stands across from her, tearing open a second pastry. Their voices fade into background chatter as I blankly stare out the window.
おや、遠野くん、お昼は食べないんですか？
Huh? You're not going to have lunch?
はい。 今日は気分じゃないので。
Yeah, I don't feel like eating today.
食べないって、それじゃあお腹空いちゃいますよ。
Really? Won't you be hungry?
いいんです。今は食欲より体調ですから。それに昼を抜いたぐらいでどうにかなるほどやわじゃありませんし。
No, it's fine. This just happens every so often because of my condition. Besides, skipping one lunch isn't going to kill.
うわ、すごいな。私一食でも抜いたら動けません。お腹がペコペコになって倒れちゃいます。
That is some appetite you got there, girl. Wow, that's amazing. If I skipped a meal, I wouldn't be able to move a muscle. I'd probably faint from hunger.
恥ずかしいですよね。普通の子よりたくさん食事はとってる方なのに、すぐお腹が空いちゃうんですから。
It's so embarrassing. I eat so much more than other girls, but I still get hungry again really quickly. It's fine. Don't let that stupid I eat more than other girls blah 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 thing bug you.
そんなことはないっす。先輩は他の女どもに比べて発育いいんすから。
You're just more developed.
燃費が悪いのは自然の摂理っすよ。
They say the more you've got, the more energy you burn. That's all there is to it. Oh, he's talking about her boobs, isn't he? I'm not sure that was the smoothest way to do it, but Arihiko's words tie a bow on that conversation. We're all growing teenagers here. She can eat as much or as little as she wants. Ciel's expression is indecipherable. I can't tell if she's flattered or embarrassed.
でも遠野くん、本当にお昼ご飯を抜いて平気なんですか？
But Tono, will you really be okay if you skip lunch? I mean, if you're anemic, you should never miss a meal. But if you feel like you're gonna throw up, you might just be better off just having juice or something.
平気平気。丸1日ぐらい食事を断つのも珍しいことじゃないんだ。今日は朝食も食べたし、夜まで問題なしです。
Yeah, don't worry. I go the entire day without eating pretty often. And I had breakfast today, so I'll make it to the end of the day no problem.
それはどうかと思います。
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
そんな生活したちゃ体壊しちゃいますよ。
Doesn't sound like a healthy lifestyle. It's not, but
大丈夫。ちゃんと体を見てくれる人もいますから。
I'm fine. Seriously, I get regular checkups and everything.
医者に体重を増やさないように注意もされてるし、たまに食事を抜いた方が俺はちょうどいいんです。
What would be wrong with him to gain weight in his condition? If anything, when you are anemic, they want you to gain weight. My doctor says I should be careful not to gain weight, so it's actually good for me to skip the occasional meal.
体力は欲しいけど、やっぱりウエイトは絞らなくちゃね。
The extra body mass would be nice and all, but staying slim is more important.
そうですか。
I see.
男の子でもダイエットって考えるんですね。
I didn't know boys had to watch their weight too. Ciel looks up at me for a moment, contemplating something, then closes the lid on her lunchbox.
用事を思い出したので失礼します。
Good job, Shiki. You drove her away. I just remembered something I have to do, so I need to excuse myself.
私のことは気にせず、むしろ今日の出来事は忘れていただけると助かります。
Don't mind me. In fact, do me a favor and forget everything that happened today. She quickly packs up her things and takes off.
Kawaii.
Kawaii. An awestruck Arihiko nods to himself contentedly. Your period begins. I fight off the temptation of sleep as I scribble down notes during our classic literature class. Our school still doesn't allow note-taking on devices. They said they'll switch to using tablets eventually, but it seems like it's gonna take another couple of years. Damn. Tablets in the classroom? Wild. Either way, people rarely get into trouble for using their phones in class. It's one of those unspoken agreements. There are plenty of students who use their phones to check their texts, look up information, or just browse the internet. I've always preferred doing things the old-fashioned way, so I write everything by hand. Oof. Ooh, migraine. It comes on without warning. A heightened, accelerated sense of awareness. My vision begins to bend, folding, and twisting around a single point. My sense of equilibrium shifts as if my brain were spinning on its axis. Everything morphs into a blurred mess. It feels like something is lurking at the back of my head, trying to drive me out of my own skull. Crap. I know this feeling. This is the dizzy spell right before my anemia hits. I should have seen this coming. I always knew this was a possibility. Damn it, this hardly ever happens, but I'm going to pass out in class. Darkness shrouds my vision. I fumble for my desk, grabbing the side of it to steady myself. But it doesn't help. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do is brace for the fall.
先生、ちょっといいっすか。
Oh! Bro! Abihiko! Hey, teacher! Just when I expected to lose control, I feel a hearty slap on my back.
遠野のやつ、調子が悪そうなんで保健室に連れて行きたいんですけど。
Tono looks like he's not feeling so hot. Can I take him to the nurse's office? Before I know it, Arihiko is standing at my side.
殿、具合が悪いのか？
Are you feeling okay, Tono? I hear the teacher speaking to me from the front of the room.
いえ、これぐらい平気で。
I'm fine, I just need to.
ああ、全然ダメだそうです。
He says no.
こりゃ早退させた方がいいんじゃないですか？
I think you should probably go home. Arihiko's booming voice overshadows my attempt at a reply.
そうか。先生も遠野の体のことは聞いている。殿、体調が優れないなら保健室で休むか早退して帰っていいんだぞ。
I see. I've heard from the other faculty about your condition. If you're not feeling well, you're welcome to rest in the nurse's office or head home. I can't tell if he's just nice to a fault. He seems to have believed Arihiko wholeheartedly.
ほら、帰っていいとよ。そんな青い顔しやがって。まずいと思ったらすぐに言わねえとわからねえだろうが。
Come on, you said you could go home. You gotta say something when you're not feeling good. You're as pale as a sheet, man. Arihiko scowls and slaps me across the back. Stop smacking me and help me walk!
それじゃあ、早退させてもらいます、先生。
I think I'll go home then. The teacher nods approvingly.
悪い、アリヒコ。いらない心配をかけさせた。
Sorry, Arihiko. I didn't mean to put that on you.
気にすんな。中学からの腐れ縁だからな。お前が貧血でぶっ倒れそうな雰囲気ってのはすぐにわかんだよ。
Bromance is so wonderful. Don't sweat it. I've had your back since middle school. I can tell when you're about to pass out. What a pal, right? He's actually such a good guy. I don't know if people were serious or not, but I think there is apparently like a joke route where you technically date Arihiko if you finish everything else in the game. I don't know if that's true or not, though. I'll have to look it up at some point, because I'm curious. It might be one of those cases where technically it's registered as a bad ending, but... Arihiko returns to her seat. Somehow, I get up from my seat and carry myself out of the room. Man, he's not even our seat neighbor, but he noticed from across the room. What a guy. I exit the school. I decided to pass on resting in the nurse's office. At this time of day, there's a good chance I just end up sleeping until dark. Instead, I decided it would be better to make the trip back to the mansion.
ちょっとは楽になってきたか。
Oof. I think I feel a little better. It must be thanks to the fresh air. 7 years ago, I survived a life-threatening injury, and the price I paid is my chronic anemia. When I first left the hospital, I used to collapse just about every day. And while I've lost a lot of opportunities from this, I've never felt like I missed out on anything important thanks to the support of the people around me. After reaching adolescence, most of my symptoms stopped surfacing, at least as long as I didn't move around too much. Though every now and again, I'll still get dizzy and lose consciousness for no reason. I'm lucky Arihiko was around today. I probably would have fallen on my face if he weren't. I breathe deeply, sending a volley of fresh air into my lungs. Struggling against the dull waters swirling in my head, I make my way from school. I mean, I know you live just a half an hour away, but wouldn't it be better to call someone and get them to bring the car or something? You have to walk uphill like that, bro. Like, I have chronic anemia as well, and when it hits, I can, like, barely sit up, let alone walk up a hill. I turn onto the street leading to the station. I don't believe it. Part of my brain must still be spacing out. By force of habit, I almost went through the ticket gate. I don't live with the Arimas anymore. I live in the Tono mansion now. There's no need for me to catch a train. Oof. I still don't feel well. I put a hand to my forehead and realize I have a slight fever. No point in heading home if I'm gonna pass out on the street before I get there.
しょうがないな。
Ugh, this sucks. Disappointed by my own frailty, I carefully prop myself down on a bench. Maybe I'll just rest here until I feel better. Absent-mindedly, I watch the crowds in front of the station. It's just past 2 in the afternoon. The city is as busy as ever. People stream past in waves. Each and every one of them is far too absorbed in reaching their destination to bother looking at who's around them. This place is swarming with people, yet everyone's too immersed in their own little world to notice. They're each the main character in their own story. Today is just another day in the story of their lives. Despite seeing perfectly well, they spend every waking moment in willful ignorance. Their days never intersect, nor do their respective paths deviate. Preferring to expend as little effort as possible to reap the most basic level of comfort. It seems people have chosen a life of individualism to only interact when absolutely necessary. I don't know if it's my fever, but something has me feeling sentimental.
帰ろう。
Oof, I should head home. I'm feeling better anyway, and the longer I sit here, the longer I'll dwell on this stuff. Lifting myself from the bench, I join the masses. I start for the mansion, my head still heavy from the anemia. Right now, all I want to do is lock myself in my room, close my eyes, take off my glasses and just breathe. Oh, finally! There she is! Until I see her. Oh my god, the font changed too. I'm almost certain time itself has stopped. Every part of me is being drawn in. The moment forever imprinting itself onto my memory. The dump. Golden hair. Crimson eyes. White clothes against porcelain skin. Pure as driven snow. Not a blemish to be found, like a sacred summit, yet untainted by man. Thump. My pulse skyrockets. Bodily rhythms go haywire. My veins and arteries dilate. Every nerve in my body fires. As this phantasm feverishly warms my spinal cord. To say I'm captivated would be an understatement. I stopped walking what feels like ages ago. As she leaves my peripheral vision, I turn around, not to lose sight of her. I realize I haven't been breathing. I feel nauseous. I can't breathe. The pain is unbearable. I can't remember how to breathe. My throat is on fire. My eyes feel like they're about to burst. My palms are slippery. Yet, deprived of blood, my fingertips are so cold they're numb. I'm drenched in sweat. I recall that I'm still an animal, still alive. That gets me breathing again. But my will... I didn't do anything wrong. Very normal behavior. Oh, totally normal. This isn't like deranged psychotic behavior at all. I didn't choose anything. All I wanted was to go home. My will snaps like a tight rope, and I plunge into the depths below. I have to follow her. I have to follow that woman. I have to follow her, and speak with her. Dragging my frozen feet, I pant like a beep. What was that supposed to be? I follow after my fair prey. The woman walks slowly. He has no idea I exist. Questions, one after another, graze the back of my mind. Absolutely normal behavior to meeting a woman. Oh, absolutely. She doesn't know I exist? That's so goddamn stupid. She hasn't noticed me yet. Could she be the one? She must be returning from something. Must be. She's probably exhausted, out of strength, which means this is my chance to blank her, for sure. Bro, you're kinda freaking me out here. I knew he kinda went deranged when he first meets her, but this is... I want to taste this. What? Oh god. I can sort of read backwards, but this is ripened fruit. Thank you. I'm like, why am I blanking on this one? When I last satiated, I want to pursue her, to tear her apart. Oh, great. Very normal. Very normal. And everyone acts like Shiro is the worst type moon protagonist. Not for self-gratification or mere sex, something more primal. I want to savor her, to bring her low. Great. I can't remember. I still... Every fiber of my being wants to... something? Her? Great. Great. Can't remember the first time. Boy, I sigh, but the breath, does it feel like mine? I claw at my chest to stem my emotions from bursting. The woman weaves through the crowd, looking delectable. My throat is on fire. I haven't been breathing. What about it? Of course I have it. A blank like that would get anyone. Jesus Christ. I take it out of my bed. Not the knife! And slide it into my pocket as I walk. My fingers trace along the iron. I can't believe my luck. I even have the necessary tools. Oh, cool, yeah. He just wants to murder her. That's great. Incredible. I'm so close. Our secret rendezvous has me nearly over the edge. I should keep my distance so she doesn't notice, so no one gets in my way. We're total strangers, so I need to track her scent as naturally as I can. She enters an apartment complex. Oh, this looks like the one from Kara no Kyoukai. Automatic glass doors. Tight security. Non-residents can't even enter the lobby. I wrap around to the emergency exit. Stash my jacket in the shadows. Cut. Enter. Oh, great, that's right. He can literally just destroy his way into anything. The lobby is empty. I look at the elevator. The light stopped at the top floor. Click. I call the elevator with the button. Enter. I shiver as soon as I cross the threshold. Her scent remains, causing my lips to curl. This is exciting. Caged in this cramped box, I grip the weapon in my pocket and wait. She's so close. In just a few moments, I can finally blank her, kill her. Exit the elevator. The hall should be empty. I vacate the box to the other end of the corridor. Still empty. I can't think. Only a single word lingers in my brain. Woman. That woman. I'm going to. I arrive at the third room. This is the one. All the other rooms are empty. Are you sure? I'm sure. All animals have a decent sense of smell, whether we like it or not. Some have simply forgotten how to use it. Pitiful, unforgivable, worthless. Civilization's obsession with compassion has instead dealt us an invisible, heavy, fatal blow. I moved to ring the bell, but stopped myself. My glasses are in the way. I can't do anything unless I take them off.
いい
You hear me?
決して軽はずみな気持ちで物を見ちゃダメだからね
You shouldn't ever look at things without thinking it through first. A woman said that to me long ago. Right now, I can't remember her name or what she looked like. I slowly remove my glasses. The lines squirm, wrinkling in my vision. Even I don't understand. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? What does Shikitono want to do to that woman? I don't know. I don't know. So I rang the bell.
はい。
Be right there. I hear a voice. The door opens. In that instant, I slide through the gap and into the room. The woman tries to speak, but it's too late. Never will I hear the voice of the woman I so craved. Everything is finished before it can reach me. The sound of metal on metal rains the moment I enter the room. Was it the sound of the door? The grinding of my thoughts? A siren? Signaling the end? All wrong. Then what is it? The answer is obvious. There's only one thing it could be. It's the climaxing sigh of my knife leaving its sheath. Oof. I pass through the lines running across the woman's body. I stab. I cut. I slice. I carve. Severing piece after piece. Oh yeah, this is a romance story, don't you know? Until nothing is left untouched by death. All in all, 17 lines across her body. Throat, back of the head, right eye to the lips, right upper arm, right forearm, right ring finger. 2 from the stomach to the belly, inner left thigh, outer thigh, middle finger, left breast, left elbow, left thumb, lower rib cage to the heart, left shin, across the toes on the left foot. It takes less than a second, no longer than a mere passing glance. A little out there for a slice of life high school rom-com, ha ha ha, slice. Yeah, this is the part most people don't know about Tsukihime, that it literally starts with him murdering main girl. In the blink of an eye, it's over. She's dismembered into 17 lumps of flesh. Yay! Gross. Just a random chunk of hair off to the side, too. Damn. Huh? A dumbstruck voice reaches my ears. The reality has it set in that that voice belongs to me. I feel another flurry of dizziness take hold. Chunks of something are scattered in front of me. The marble floor is covered in an ever-expanding red liquid, like someone tipped over a bucket. The smell of blood assaults my nostrils. No entrails have been spilled. The cuts are clean. But a red mass creeps steadily over the ground. Where's my obscuring shadows and life shafts? Oh, not here. Not here. This is uncensored, baby. It's strange. There's nothing in the room except for me and that woman's scattered remains.
何？
What have I? The pool is a vivid crimson. The knife is still in my hand.
死んでる。
She's dead. Of course she is. No human could survive something like this.
なん
Oh, why? Who gives a shit about the why? Just now, with his own two hands, Shikitono butchered a woman he's never seen before in his life.
俺が殺した。
I killed her? I must have. Or am I wrong? But I don't have a reason, so this can't be. It can't. I've never had a reason to do this. So this can't be. It can't. I'm the only one here. Someone else might have been here before. But I'm the only one left alive. So this can't be. It can't. No. I had no reason to. I didn't mean to. I wasn't in my right mind. Maybe I never was. So this can't be. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't! The pool of red continues to swell. A slow, slick wave. It's almost at my feet now. I try to lift my feet, but it's too late. The woman's red blood is viscous like tar. Threads stretch from the floor, clinging to my raised soul. Yeah, you're not getting out of here without any traces of blood on you, buddy. Red blood. It's oozing red because you butchered her.
俺じゃ
That wasn't me. That's right. It wasn't me. It can't have been. It wasn't me. This must be. Oh, that's interesting. I can't pick number 2. No matter what I do, it won't let me move down. I have to deny reality. Some kind of bad dream. That's it. This is just a terrible dream. But for some reason, the smell of blood feels so fresh, so real.
違う。
No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, you didn't kill her. Or no, you did kill her.
だって
I had no reason to. Of course you had a reason. When you saw her, you could only think of one thing.
俺は
Yes, I. Shikitono wanted to kill that woman. In that moment, that was all that mattered. My mind had just melted away, so I couldn't put it into words.
違う。
No! The stench of blood is making me sick to my stomach. Oh, that's valid. The contents of my stomach flow up. Maybe it's a good thing you did eat lunch, huh? Crimson seeps into my eyes. My head spins. I kneel in the sea of blood. Ew. Bile rushes up my throat. I empty the contents of my stomach. Sobbing, I throw up every last bit of food, every last drop of fluid in my body. There is nothing left in me. But as I deny what had happened, to undo everything and turn back time, my body forcibly continues to heave. It hurts. My innards feel like they are burning. Tears continue to stream down my face, and I collapse onto the ground like garbage. I am awash in red. Pain seeps through me as I see crimson everywhere. It all feels like a dream. My tears keep spilling. I'm miserable because I killed someone. No, that's not right. I mercilessly butchered someone for no reason whatsoever. I turned her body into chunks of flesh in a flash. I don't understand what's happening. Why do I feel like this? Why did I kill her for no reason? I don't understand. No, none of this feels like reality. Yeah, I had one of my usual dizzy spells, and I've been dreaming this whole time. No, how can just one little knife do this to a person? Even with a butcher's saw, I'm pretty sure this should have taken all day. This can't be possible with just a knife. Those lines never existed in the first place. I've been fooling myself into thinking. No. Bile drips from my lips. I'm covered in it from my chin down. There is crimson mixed in. My stomach, despite being empty, continues to squirm and contract, causing my esophagus and throat to bleed. Ow. It hurts. That's how I know this isn't a dream. I'm just lying to myself. Was wrong. I knew all along. I craved the woman from the moment I saw her. The same goes for my eyes. I knew the lines meant I could cut anything I see like paper. And I knew, deep down, that this applied to humans as well. But I never gave it a second thought. I was intent on living an ordinary life. If I was capable of killing a person like this, I should have gouged my eyes out, or at least shunned human contact. I'm sorry, Master. I'm so sorry. It was such a simple promise, yet I couldn't keep my word. Am I myself again? I don't know. The impulse that was so strong moments ago seems to have faded entirely. But the thought of fighting the urge to even cross my mind killed this woman. As if it were perfectly natural, I followed through, thinking nothing else. So the answer is simple. I must be insane. It probably began 7 years ago. Ever since that accident that should have killed me. Ever since I miraculously returned from the brink of death. Hello? Shikitono. There we go. I hear the distant sound of rain. Alone, and gentle hiss of rainfall touching down. My head is hazy. My throat aches with every breath. Ow. I can't help but wince.
シキ様
Master? Suddenly I sense a person, a voice by my side. Damn, somehow he got home.
自分の部屋だ。
I'm in my room. I find myself lying in my own bed. Very well delivered. Right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I put on the glasses that are placed next to my pillow.
おはようございますシキ様
Good morning, Master.
翡翠。
Sweet?
はいお体の具合はいかがでしょうか
Yes. How are you feeling? What a strange question to ask. How am I feeling? Why would I?
なん、
Why? That's a good question. Why? Am I sleeping here?
俺は人を殺し。
Even though I stopped short of saying it. The reasoning part of me hits the brakes, impelling me not to utter that word.
翡翠。俺、どうしてここに。
Kisui, why am I here?
覚えていらっしゃらないのですかシキ様
Do you not remember, Master Shiki? Kisui furrows her brows ever so slightly.
学校の方からシキ様は早退したというお電話がありましたですが夕方になっても帰ってこられず姉が探しに行ったところ
We
公
received a
園でお休み
call
になっていたそうです
that she left school early. When you failed to arrive before nightfall, Kohaku went to look for you. She found you in the park.
公園って近くの公園。
The park? You mean the one near here?
はいシキ様はベンチで休まれておりその後ご自分の足で屋敷までお帰りになられました
Yes, you were asleep on a bench, and once awoken, you managed to walk back to the mansion unassisted.
嘘だろ。そんな覚え全くないんだけど。
I don't believe it. I can't remember that at all.
シキ様の記憶が定かではないのはそうおかしなことではないと思います
It is not surprising that you have no memory of it.
貧血による衰弱でシキ様は意識が混濁していたようなので
Your anemia left you rather weak. I imagine your mind was still clouded. I don't remember anything. Still, I can't deny any of what Hisui has told me.
ああ、もう夜の9時なんだ。全然記憶にないや。
Oof, it's already 9. How'd that even happen?
はいお屋敷に戻られたシキ様は眠りたいとだけ告げてお部屋で休まれたのですお医者
After,
様をお呼びしようとしたのですが
after returning,
Shiki-sama,
you quickly
い
retired
つ
to
も
your
のことだ
room.
から
Saying you wished to rest, we offered to call a doctor. But you told us this happens often and is nothing to worry about.
そうか。
Huh.
確かに貧血で倒れるのはいつものことだけど。
Yeah. Passing out from anemia isn't exactly uncommon for me. But this time was different. I killed someone. No, wait.
翡翠。俺、どんな格好をしてたんだ。
Isui? What did I look like?
は
あ
だから服装。俺のシャツとか靴とか、その血で。
I mean my clothes, my shirt and shoes. Was there, blood? They should have been soaked in it.
シキ様の制服でしたら汚れていましたので洗濯をしておりますが
Your clothes were dirty, so they are being washed at the moment.
洗濯ってあんな血だらけの服を。
You put them in the wash with all that blood?
確かに泥にまみれてはおりましたが血液らしきものはありませんでしたそれに汚れていたのはシャツとズボンだけで
Though there was quite a bit of mud, I did not see any blood. Also, Your jacket seemed fairly clean. Only your shirt and pants were muddy. That can't be right. I was kneeling in a sea of blood. My arms and legs should have been stained red.
シキ様、何か良くない夢でも見られていたのですか？
Did you have a bad dream, Master?
先ほどまでうなされていたようですし、今もお顔の色が優れません。
You were quite restless while you slept, and you seem pale even now. Hisui looks directly at me.
夢って
A dream?
あれが
Could it have been a dream? That sensation. That smell of blood. That woman in white. A miracle given flesh.
いや、そうだよな。あんなのは悪い夢だ。
Yeah. You're right. It must have been a bad dream. I let out a relieved sigh. That's right. It was nothing more than a horrible dream. I'd never do something that would break my promise with Master, especially without a decent reason. Oh, you naive little boy.
目が
Oh,
覚めた。
I've finally woken up.
シキ様のご気分さえよろしければ、夕食の支度をいたします。
If you're well enough to eat, I can prepare dinner for you.
い
Oh,
や、夕食
right, dinner. I know it was only a dream, but I still can't get the color or smell of blood out of my head.
ごめん、いらない。
Sorry, no thanks.
今晩はこのまま眠ることにする。それより翡翠、
I think I'll just go back to sleep for tonight. Actually, can I ask you something, Hisui?
はい。何でしょうか、シキ様。
Of course, Master.
そのさ、俺夕方に帰ってきたらしいけど、
So,
アキハはなんて言ってた？
when I came home tonight, did Akiha say anything?
アキハ様なら、その時間はお帰りになられてはおりませんでした。2時間ほど前にお帰りになられた折、
She was not home
シ
at
キ
the
様の
time.
ご容体をお伝えしておきましたが、
I informed her of what had occurred when she returned 2 hours ago. Hisui gave me an inquisitive look as if to say, what about it?
いや、別に何でもないんだ。
It's nothing, really.
帰ってきてまだ3日目なのに迷惑をかけて呆れてるだろうなって。
I just thought she might be upset with me for causing so much trouble on my third day back.
確かにアキハ様はご気分を害されておりましたが、呆れているというわけではなさそうでした。
Mr. Sakiha certainly did seem upset, but I do not believe she was angry. Hisui takes a step back after she speaks.
それでは失礼します。
Excuse me, I must be going.
何かご用がおありでしたらお呼びください。
Please call if there is anything you need. Call how? Do we have a buzzer in the wall?
もう一つ聞き忘れてた。
Thanks. Oh, one more question.
はい。
Yes,
何でしょ
Master?
う、シキ様。
外、雨が降ってるんだね。
Hi,
いつか
Luna.
ら降り始めたのかな、これ。
It's raining outside, huh? When did that start?
シキ様がお帰りになられる前からです。姉が見つけたとき、
It began sometime before you returned. You were already soaked when Kohaku found you. Really? I don't remember that either. A themed Alice in Wonderland cafe. Ooh, very nice. I guess my anemia was particularly bad this time. I should have just rested at school. It's very expensive, I bet.
おやすみ。今日は本当にすまない。
Good night. Sorry for everything.
琥珀さんにもお礼を伝えておいてくれ。
Please thank Kohaku for me as well.
かしこまりました。それではおやすみなさいませ。
Of course. Good night, Master. Sleep well.
夢だった。
was just a dream. The words feel bleak, coming from my lips. Nothing feels real. Not the horrible dream, nor the fact that it was a dream. The rain outside falls hard. My head is still a little heavy. I peer at my chest. My scar from 7 years ago stands out starkly against my skin like burn marks. Oh! The knife my father left me is sitting on the desk in my room. It was a dream. There's no way it was anything else. I repeat those words in my head to convince myself and close my eyes. I exhale deeply, like I'm trying to expel some deep-seated odor from my lungs. My consciousness fades, and I'm ushered into a deep, dark slumber. When I was a child, I remember someone urging me to never tell a lie I didn't believe myself. Want to save your progress? Sure. After all that, goddamn. One second, guys. Well, we can keep going for a bit. I am gonna refill my water, though. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna run and get some water. Okay, here I am. Oh, back we go. Fire and Blood. Fire and Blood 1. Ooh. Well, I imagine we're about to start Ark's route. I wake to see a dull gray morning light. It's quiet. Even the pitter-patter of the rain is nowhere to be heard. The sky is still blanketed in clouds despite the rain having ceased. After taking one last deep breath, I heave myself off the bed. I could barely sleep last night. Whenever I thought I might drift off, the scene I witnessed would play out in the back of my mind. Floor dyed red, covered in scattered pieces of... At times like this, possessing memories or clarity of thought can really be a pain. Just when you've got something you'd like to forget, your mind drags you back to relive the experience all over again. This is ridiculous. It was just a bad dream. I shouldn't be haunted by nightmares when I'm awake. Sometimes, right? Nightmares are really freaking scary, okay? Exactly. It was all just a dream. I'd like my brain to hurry up and forget about it already. That seems very unlikely. There's a knock at the door. The clock tells me it's just before 6 a.m. Dear God. Who'd come knocking this early in the morning?
失礼いたしま。
Please excuse...
四季様。
Oh! That's Shiki.
申し訳ありません。お目覚めでいらしたのですね。
My apologies. I wasn't aware you had awoken.
いや、こっちこそ驚かせてごめん。昨日の夕方から寝ていたから早く目を覚ましたんだ。
It's fine, really. Sorry if I startled you. I went to bed early last night, so I woke up a bit earlier than usual.
それで翡翠の方こそどうしたんだ？
What about you,
こんな早くから
though?
何かあったのか？
What brings you here so early? Hisui falls silent and gives me a hesitant look. Upon closer inspection, I realize she's cradling my freshly laundered clothes for the day.
着替えを持ってきてくれたのか？
Did you come to bring me my school uniform?
はい。重ねて申し訳ありません。
Indeed. Allow me to apologize again.
お見苦しいところをお見せしました。
You saw something unbecoming. I eyed Hisui quizzically. Hisui stays silent. I don't recall seeing anything I'd describe as unbecoming, but I decide not to push the matter.
とにかくありがとう。制服はそこに置いていいよ。
You
すぐに
can
着替えて
just
家に
put
行く
the
から。
clothes over there then. I'll head right to the parlor after I change.
はい。それでは失礼します。
Understood. Then please excuse me. Hisui quietly heads for the door, but stops just short of it. She swiftly turns to face me again.
四季様。お時間があるのでしたら、入浴の用意もいたしますが。
Master, since you're up early, would you like me to draw you a bath?
入浴って朝から？
That's early in the morning? I mean, you didn't shower yesterday.
はい。四季様はひどく汚れています。学校に行く前に お体を流された方がよろしいのではないでしょうか。
You are awfully dirty. Would you not prefer to wash your body before leaving for school? Now that she mentions it, I am a mess. Which isn't much of a surprise, considering I passed out in the middle of a park yesterday.
そうだな。悪いけど用意してくれる？
Oh, you're right. Sorry for the inconvenience, but could you prepare the bath for me?
この時間なら学校にも十分間に合うし。
If I jump in this early, I should still have plenty of time to get ready.
かしこまりました。
Understood.
では、20分ほど経ちましたら浴場においでください。
The bath will be ready for you in 20 minutes. Isui places the uniform down, then leaves the room. What a nice girl. Making sure we're not all smelly going to school. It's still only 6 a.m. With nothing else to do, I spend 20 minutes idly staring at the ceiling. Delightful. Woo! Bedtime! The thoughts throbbing at the back of my mind are washed away by the water. Seated beside the bathtub, I upend the bucket over my head and take a deep breath as the chilly water soaks through my hair. That was such a horrible dream. Why would I even dream about murdering some woman I've never seen before? I don't know, trauma. If I'm greeted by these sorts of nightmares purely because I'm unaccustomed to living in the mansion, then I'm dreading what else is to come.
そうだよな。気を引き締めないと。
I really need to pull myself together. I run the cool water over my head one more time, rubbing and cleaning every part of my body. Oh dear, do we have a wound? Ouch! My towel just barely grazes my throat before a stinging pain hits me.
なんだ
What?
これ。
What is this? I look at my neck in the mirror. Gross. My throat looks red and swollen. Yeah, that wasn't no dream, buddy. You coughed up blood. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's only a little past 7 a.m. Still bewildered at how a simple bath could make me feel so much better, I grab my bag and leave the room.
おはようございます、しきさん。今朝は早いんですね。
Kohaku steps out of the parlor just as I come down the stairs.
それに、なんだかさっぱりしていらっしゃいます。
You look refreshed.
もしかしてお風呂上がりなんですか？
Did you just get out of the bath?
ええ、さっきまで入っていました。
I did,
すごい
actually.
ですね、琥珀さん。
I'm
そういうの
impressed you
わか
could
るものな
tell.
んですか？
I mean, you looked like a hot mess before, so anything's an improvement.
一目瞭然ですよ。しきさん、髪が乾ききってませんから。
Your hair is still wet? Oh my god, bro. Blow dry your hair.
お風呂上がりだと、しきさんは一層可愛らしくなるんですね。
You're even more adorable when you're fresh out of the bath. I have to avert my gaze from her light-hearted smile. As I am now, her pure, innocent expression does nothing but make my chest ache.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。
Just wait a moment.
朝ごはんこれから支度をしますから。
I'll have your breakfast ready soon.
え、
Huh? Breakfast. Something edible. Even that word is enough to make me recall the color of blood. The thought leaves me with even less of an appetite than usual.
そうですね。今朝は洋風でいいですか？
How about I prepare a Western style breakfast today?
ああ、うん。基本的にどっちでもいいんですけど。
Oh, sure. I'd be happy with whatever you serve me.
そっか、朝ごはんか。あんまりにもお風呂が気持ちよかったから。
Right, breakfast. I guess the bath felt so good, I forgot all about it.
そうなんですか？四季さんは昨夜も食べていませんから、お腹の音で目を覚ましたのかなって翡翠ちゃんと話してたんですけど。
Really? You did eat dinner yesterday, so Hisui and I were wondering whether the growling of your stomach had woken you up. Yeah, technically he hasn't eaten anything since breakfast the day before.
いや、単純に寝すぎただけだよ。子供の頃から小食だったから、一食二食抜くのはよくあることだったし。
Nah, I just slept for too long. That's all. Don't worry. I've had a small appetite ever since I was a kid. It's not unusual for me to skip a meal or two.
はあ、言われてみると四季さんって贅肉のないいい体をしていますものね。もしかして菜食主義者さんですか？
Ooh, now that you mention it, you look rather trim. Are you actually a vegetarian or something like
そん
that?
なこだわりはなかったけど、言われてみれば、有馬の家では野菜ばっかり食べてた気がします。
It's not like I go out of my way to be one, but I guess I did pretty much stick to vegetables when I lived with the Arimas. When I was discharged from the hospital, the doctor told me to avoid anything that's hard on the digestive system, but I think I would have avoided meat even if he hadn't told me to. One way or another, meat just reminds me of death. Oh, damn. I guess that's fair.
好き嫌いはないんですね。
So you really aren't picky about food.
それでしたら安心してお食事を用意できます。さあ、すぐにお作りしますから、居間で待っていてくださいな。
That'll make preparing your meals easier. I'll whip you up something. So, please take a seat in the parlor. Kohaku quickly turns to leave, but I stop her, feeling like I won't be able to pass anything through my throat as things are now.
ああ、いいんだ、琥珀さん。今日は食欲がないから、このまま学校に行くよ。アキハにもそう伝えておいてくれ。
Don't worry about making me anything. I'm going to skip breakfast today and go straight to school. Tell Akiha for me, would you? I turn and head for the front door. But as soon as I do, a firm pair of hands grips my arm.
四季さん、
Damn, she's not having any of this. I wasn't expecting that. Kohaku looks angrier than I've ever seen her.
なんてことを言い出すんですか。
What are you saying?
四季さん、今朝は鏡をご覧になってないんですか？
Have you seen yourself in the mirror today?
いや、鏡なら風呂場で見たけど。
I think I had a look when I was taking a bath.
嘘です。ご自分の顔を一度でも見ているなら、そんなことは言えません。
No way. If you'd had even one peek at yourself, you wouldn't be saying such things. Kohaku is seriously mad. Now that I think about it, when I glanced at myself in the mirror earlier, I didn't just look a little pale, I was ashen white.
いや、でも大丈夫だって。俺はもともと血の気が少ないし、人より顔色が悪く見えるだけ。
Bro, you shouldn't be that pale. Your anemia is really bad if you're that pale. Hey, you don't have to worry too much about that. I'm naturally pale, so my complexion just looks worse when compared to other people.
ダメです。朝ごはんを食べないと大きくなれないんですから。食欲がないようでしたら病人食にいたしますから、どうぞ食堂にいらしてください。
Yeah, buddy, when in doubt, just have rice or have like a soup. Your body needs something. Still clenching my arm, Kohaku drags me into the dining room. I guess there's no fighting it. I still don't really feel like having breakfast. But if Kohaku is this insistent, then I have no other choice. Good morning, Shiki.
お体の具合はよろしいのですか?
Are you feeling better today? I can't say for certain, but Akiha sounded a little reserved just then. I'd wager that her concern for my well-being might be overriding her usual firmness.
おはよう。体の方はまあそれなりに調子いいよ。
Morning. I guess I'm okay, all things considered. I take my seat at the table.
それでは食べやすいお雑炊などをご用意いたしますね。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
I'll go and prepare a few dishes that are easy to digest. Please wait a moment. Kohaku leaves the room in a flurry. She's probably headed for the kitchen in the mansion's west wing. Which leaves me alone with the two others in the dining room. The unusually restrained Akiha and Hisui, who has taken up her spot against the wall. It's incredibly awkward to say the least.
兄さん、
Shiki,
昨夜のことですけど、
I'd like to ask you about yesterday.
公園で倒れていたというのは本当なんですか?
Is it true that you fainted in the park?
ああ、自分でもいまいち覚えてないけど、琥珀さんと翡翠がそう言うんならそうなんじゃないか?
Yeah, I don't really remember all that much about it. But that's what Kohaku and Hisui told me, so I must have, I guess.
もう他人事のようにおっしゃらないでください。
Honestly, don't talk about it like it's someone else's problem.
兄さんは体が弱いんですから、危ないと感じたら屋敷に連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えのものを行かせますから。
You know full well that you have a weak constitution. If you ever feel ill, you ought to contact the mansion at once. We'll send someone to pick you up from school. Like, literally. If he had done the reasonable thing that most people would have done, he never would have murdered anyone.
あのな、小学生じゃないんだから、そんなのは必要ないよ。どんなに気分が悪くたって自分一人で帰ってこれる。
Bro is stupid.
それでは兄さんはまだ子供なんですね。昨日は一人で帰ってこれなかったんですから。
Yet, you didn't make it home on your own. So then, by your own admission, that'd make you little more than a child. Like, at least call a cab. Like, come on.
昨日は特別だ。あんなことはめったにない。
Yesterday was an exception. It rarely ever gets that bad.
大体な、俺は慢性的な貧血持ちなだけで体が弱いわけじゃない。
Chronic anemia is your body being weak, buddy. You need to embrace reality.
昨日は単に致命的に間が悪かっただけなんだ。
Yesterday was a matter of just poor timing.
致命的だなんてバカなことは言わないでください。
Dad, do you even listen to yourself when you speak?
ご自分の体のことでしょ。屋敷に帰られたばかりだというのに、兄さんに死なれたら私はどうすればいいんです。
We're talking about your body here. What am I to do if my own brother drops dead on his way back home? Akiha is seriously mad. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed at him too. I'm a little surprised that she cares this deeply.
兄さんは軽率すぎます。
Your behavior is much too thoughtless.
もう少しご自分をいたわってあげてください。
So, please take care of yourself a little better.
いや、俺だってあまり無理はしてないよ。部活もやってないし、医者の言うことは全部守ってるし。これ以上いたわれって言うんなら、どっかのサナトリウムにでも入るしかないんじゃないか？
Damn, bro. You're being real nasty considering she's actually worried about you.
ええ。できることならそうしてしまいたいぐらいです。
Honestly, I'd be tempted to arrange it if I could.
どこかの孤島でも買い取って、そこで反省していただくのもありですね。
I'd buy a facility on some isolated island and put you there till you learn to reflect on your behavior. Despite her pouty, averted gaze, Akiha says something truly frightening in a completely casual tone. The scariest part of it all is that for her, what she's talking about isn't out of the question.
いいわ。今回は何事もなかったので不問にしてあげます。
I'll let it slide, this once, since the whole affair resolved itself without any further issues.
でも次はありませんからね、兄さん。
But I won't look so kindly on it next time. Do you hear? After giving me a piece of her mind, Akiha's temper seems to cool a little. Throughout the entire exchange, Hisui watches us like a statue. This awkward silence is just the worst. There's still some time before Kohaku returns with my breakfast. Until then, I should... ask about the mansion?
そうだ、アキハ。
Hey, Akiha,
うちの屋敷って今はどうなっているんだ？
what's the deal with the mansion these days?
どうなっているとはどういう意味ですか？
What do you mean?
所有権の問題でしたら、いずれ私が相続する形になっていますが。
If you're asking about ownership, I'm set to inherit the mansion in due time. Does that mean the Tono family assets are being kept under guardianship until Akiha is of legal age? Well, that kind of stuff doesn't really have anything to do with me, so there's no need for me to dwell on it.
いや、そっちの話じゃなくて、単純に屋敷の状況。
I was asking more about the building itself.
今いるのは俺とアキハ、琥珀さんと翡翠だけなんだろ？
At the moment, it's just you, me, Kohaku, and Hisui living here, right?
使ってる部屋とかそういうのはどうなっているのかなって。
I was wondering what kind of rooms are in use at the moment and what they're used for, that kind of stuff. Like, can I make a secret murder room?
私たちの部屋以外は原則として鍵を閉めています。
Damn. Broadly speaking, all the rooms except for the ones occupied by us have been locked.
兄さんの部屋は西館2階の南端。
You have the room at the southmost point of the west wing's second floor.
私の部屋は東館2階の北端です。
I'm occupying a room on the north side of the east wing's second floor, so as far away from each other as possible.
翡翠の部屋は西館2階の中央。
Hisui has the central room on the west wing's second floor.
琥珀の部屋は西館1階の北端です。
Finally, Kohaku has her room at the northern end of the west wing's first floor.
2階の遊戯室と客間は閉めていますが、兄さんがお友達をお連れになられるのでしたら開放します。
The recreation room and guest rooms on the second floor are currently locked, but they can be opened if you ever have a friend over.
お父様の書斎は重要な書類がまだありますので、固く鍵をかけています。こちらは兄さんといえど立ち入り禁止ですので、胸に留めておいてくだ
As
さい。
for Father's study, there are still some important documents within, so it's locked up tight. please keep in mind that the study is strictly off limits, even to you.
なるほど。基本的には西館が使われているんだ。
Got it. Sounds like we're mostly using the West Wing then.
東館は執務室とか、秋葉の部屋とか、なんていう
Between
か。
the office and your room, the East Wing sounds kind of like a scary place where common folk should not venture.
兄さん
Shiki?
なんていうか、ちゃんと事前に約束を入れておかないといけない高級なスペースということだな。
That's a much better way to put it. Well, if I had to describe it, the East Wing feels like some kind of upscale venue where you have to make an appointment to even be allowed to enter.
言い方に問題はありますが、おおむねその通りです。
I'm not entirely sure I appreciate your phrasing, but I suppose such an assessment isn't entirely off.
あとは、そうですね。兄さんがいた頃は開かれていましたが、別館と植物園も閉め
No, not the garden! As for the rest, yes, the annex and the botanical garden were open when you last stayed here, but they are presently closed as well.
しばらくは管理が行き届かないので。
There won't be anyone to maintain them for the time being, so you're just gonna let all the plants die? The annex is normally reserved for out-of-town guests, while I believe the botanical garden was built by Makihisa when he was still a student. Before he took over as the head of the family, Makihisa Tono deeply involved himself in thaumatology, the science of breeding flora and fauna. The botanical garden is a relic from that time.
外の施設は軒並み閉めたってことか。
So most of the outside facilities are closed, huh?
あ、じゃあプールも。
What about the pool?
プールは例外です。秋になったので閉めているだけで、シーズンになれば業者を入れて再開します。
The pool is an exception. We've closed it now that it's autumn, but when the season comes, we'll have one of the tradesmen visit to open it up again. That's a relief. I was never able to use the pool when I was a kid, so I'll be making full use of it when summer vacation rolls around next year. With your anemia, you're gonna swim?
お待たせしました。
Hi, I'm back with breakfast.
梅じそと卵のおかゆ登場です。
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Rice porridge with plum shiso and eggs, all ready to serve. Kohaku cheerfully pushes the food cart into the room.
おしゃべりはここまでだな。
I was wondering if they were gonna make okayu. That's like a very easy dish on the stomach. It's basically rice soup. Ooh, sorry. Bumped my desk while I was moving my leg. Guess that's all the time we have to talk today.
時間もないし、ちゃちゃっと食っちまおう。
I better chow down quick if I want to make it to school in time.
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。
Please, you ought to refrain from using such coarse language in the
い
future.
や、すっかり元の調子に戻ったか。俺の心配をしてくれていた方がおとな
Aw,
しくて
you're
よか
back
っ
to
たのに。
scolding me again? I liked it better when you were all worried about me.
バカな発言も控えてください。戻るも戻らないも。私、兄さんの心配なんてしていませんので。
Ah, the tsun is fully out. I'd also like you to refrain from spouting such nonsense. Whether you think so or not, I was never worried in the slightest. Okie dokie. Akiha turns away from me with a huff. I give Kohaku a fond smile as I pull the bowl of porridge closer and take a spoonful. Eating ASMR.
いってらっしゃいませ。
Have a good day, Master Shiki. Isui accompanies me to the main gate as usual. I thought the opening was gonna start playing for a second. However, I notice her hesitant stare. I watch as she takes a short breath, like she's struggling to find the right words.
四季様、昨日はどうなされたのですか？
Master Shiki, might I ask what happened last night?
別に何もないよ。学校で気分が悪くなって早退してここに帰ってくる途中で。
It was nothing. Really, I felt a little unwell at school yesterday, so I left early. And then on my way home... On my way home?
公園で休んでいただけだ。
I dropped by the park to catch my breath.
でも確かに秋葉の言う通り軽率だった。
But
これからは気をつける。
I guess Akiha was right, that I took the situation too lightly. I'll be more careful from now on.
責めているのではありません。
I don't mean to suggest you have done something wrong.
今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えたのです。
It's just,
どうかみちみちお気を
you
つけ
seem
くだ
to
さ
be
い。
under some great strain this morning. Please take care on your way to school. Don't get assaulted by a vampire. It must have been hard for her to confront me like this. She sees me off with a deep bow. She cares a lot about you, buddy. You need to take better care of yourself. More and more school uniforms dot the streets as I get closer to school. It's 7:45 a.m. Everyone's ambling along, probably because there's still plenty of time till homeroom. My pace is just as leisurely as that of the other students. I don't have to worry about being late. In fact, I don't have a care in the world. I start my day like any other. The school gates are just on the other side of this crossing. The light turns red, so I stop at the curb. I can see the school's perimeter wall across the street. Protected by the guardrails lining the sidewalk, a steady stream of students head for the gates. There's no one here but Soya High students at this time of day. Or at least, there shouldn't be. I was gonna be like, there's no way she's not waiting for him. And yet, through the rush of passing cars, I catch a glimpse of white. Beautiful! It's her! Ethereal, white, undeniable. Golden hair shimmering like the sun. Long, thin eyebrows framing crimson eyes. Though I've only seen her once before, I could never mistake her. But this isn't possible. Yesterday, I cut her to pieces with my own hands. Yeah, fun fact, in this universe, if you're like a pure-blood vampire, from my understanding, you're basically indestructible. So I don't even think if Shiki tried his absolute hardest, he could kill her for good. No, that can't be. That was all just a terrible dream, Isui. Akiha and Kohaku told me. Nothing of the sort. That's simply what I wanted to believe. But it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a hallucination. It was all real. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. I, without question, killed her. did? Then why? Why is she here? Right here. Right in front of my eyes. The traffic light turns green. The students surrounding me start to cross the street. I'm the only one who hangs behind, standing motionless on my side of the road. She sits there on the guardrail, casually swinging her legs back and forth. It's almost like she's waiting for someone. Or something. Or someone. I have no way of telling how long she's been waiting, but her expression is relaxed and unassuming. Is she really waiting for someone? Her restless movements betray a nervous excitement, as if she were waiting on a lover. Hold on. She's waiting? Who is she waiting for? You, buddy, obviously. Isn't it obvious? Isn't it incredibly obvious? I'd do the same thing. Anyone would. If I were killed by someone. If I could, I'd go straight after the person who did it. I've got a terrible feeling about this. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. It feels as though my spine wants to burst out through my mouth. Disgusting. The woman in white looks my way. Our eyes meet. We're thinking the same thing. Everything is exactly what I was afraid of. No, this is all just a coincidence. It has to be. There's no reason to feel like this. We've never met. No connection exists between us. She's just a stranger that looks like her. She's gotta be waiting for someone else. The only other explanation is that this moment I'm experiencing is a nightmare. If it weren't, then there'd be no way a dead person could be alive and walking around. Not after being dismembered like that. So why? Why is she looking at me with that wicked smile on her face? Oof. That satisfied grin of someone who has spotted their killer. As if to say, I've been waiting for you. The woman pushes herself off the guardrail and raises her hand in greeting. She lightly brushes her hair back as she turns to face me. What the hell? It's just a bad dream. The traffic light blinks red. Don't come any closer! Don't! The woman waltzes through the oncoming traffic without even flinching once. She's less than 3 meters away now. I don't know whether this is a dream or reality. I told you, don't come any closer! I shout at her, but it changes nothing. I've got to escape. I have to get away from the woman in white. I run with all my might. Without a shred of shame or concern for my reputation, I run, pushing and shoving my way through passers-by as my feet strike the pavement. Oh, there's no way you're gonna make it with your anemia, buddy. My breath grows ragged. My heart pounds and screams for me to stop, but I can't stop running. My face must look unrecognizable, etched with such exhaustion and pain. My vision gets distorted by the tears stinging my eyes. My throat burns, my lungs squeeze and twist to rain out my breath. I'm shaking uncontrollably. It feels like the tendons in my hands might tear from the convulsions. My feet hit the ground haphazardly, legs moving without the time to think where they land. Each step sends a numbing shock up of my thighs. That's fine. Even if my legs tear themselves to shreds, that's fine. suggest if I stop running here, I might lose my mind. I look over my shoulder. I can see the woman in white casually coming my way. All doubt vanishes from my mind. She's following me. The woman I killed is following me. That alone is plenty of reason for me to lose my mind. My heart feels like it might explode, but I ignore it and keep running. Whenever I look around, she's still there, sauntering behind me as if she were taking a simple stroll, while I keep fleeing with all my might. Oh, the hunter has become the prey. I tilt my head to the skies. My arms feel heavy. All sensation has long abandoned my legs. I'm running faster than I ever have in my life. So why can't I shake her? Why can't I outrun her leisurely pace? I'm completely out of breath. I don't even know how many kilometers I've run at full speed. And she's still behind me, walking. With all the effort of someone out for a stroll, but she never fails to lag behind. Like the image of a ghost, seared into my proverbial rearview mirror. There's nothing funny about the situation, but I can't help but laugh. Bro has lost it. A stream of laughter bursts out. I keep running. My body screams that I might collapse and die if I continue. But still, I keep running just for the second time, oh yeah. It's clear why I have to run. The second she catches me, she'll kill me. I don't have any basis for thinking that, but I know better than anyone I'd be fooling myself if I tried to laugh it off. I don't need reasons or evidence. It's just how the world works to reap what I've sown. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. He was so ready to gouge his eyes out after he killed her, and now that she's like, I'm gonna put you out of your misery, he's running for his life. Thus is the power of survival instinct. Since I killed her, she now has the right to kill me. It's as simple as that. It's a simple fact that my life will end the second I get caught. Damn. I fall, sprawling pathetically on the ground. I'd even stumble or trip. My limbs just couldn't carry me a single step further. Oof. And he landed in glass, didn't he? I crawl across the ground to the wall. With my palms against the stone, I will myself to get back up on my feet, but it's no use. The second I lift myself up off the ground, my knees give out and I fall back down with a thud. I can no longer move my body, not even an inch. I throw my head backwards and wheeze for air. It hurts. I can't get enough oxygen at all. My brain is starving. I can't think. I can't make sense of what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Why? How is the woman I killed still alive? I cut her down perfectly. Thoroughly. I massacred her in the most extreme way possible. But how could she be waiting outside of my school? How could she just sit there and smile at me when I arrived?
したのに。
I killed her. I definitely killed her. That's right. I definitely killed her. I definitely killed her, and yet... I definitely killed her, and yet... Why? Why?
あれ追いかけっこはもう終わり？
Huh? Are we finished playing tag? The sound of footsteps coming closer. A subdued noise that echoes through the alley. The woman shrugs her shoulders as if disappointed and speaks to me as I lie slumped against the wall.
こんにちは。昨日は本当にお世話になったわ。
Hello again. I must thank you for taking care of me yesterday. She faces me with a carefree smile. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know what to make of her expression. Still wearing that smile, she brazenly enters the closed-off alleyway.
それとこれ、忘れ物。
Oh! And you forgot this.
困るのよね。証拠になるようなものを落とされちゃう。
Rather sloppy of you to leave something so incriminating behind. His student ID. Oh, your bag? Oh, whoops. A black object lands in front of me with a light thud. My bag. I hadn't even noticed I'd lost it yet. No. Hold on. What did she just say? Incriminating? Did she just say incriminating? Shit. I've got to get out of here. I urge my legs to move, only to push my back harder into the concrete wall blocking my way.
追いかけっこは終わりなんでしょ？
Huh? I thought we were done with tag.
だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
This is a dead-end alleyway. Besides, it's not like anyone else is around to get in our way. The woman looks oddly cheerful. A dead end? With no one around? I look around in a panic, then curse myself for my stupidity. Why the hell did I decide to flee here of all places? It's like I'm begging to be killed.
長かったな。
That sure took a while.
あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
18 hours. But I finally caught you. The woman takes another step towards me.
お前、
You.
何？
Yes?
お前は確かに。
You're supposed to be
ええ、昨
dead?
日あなたに殺された女よ。
Yes. You did kill me yesterday.
覚えていてくれて嬉しいわ。
I'm so happy you remembered. It's the response I least wanted to hear. Regardless of whether this is real or not. Yeah, we were just in limbo, it's fine.
ふざけるな。死んだ人間が生きてるはずがないだろ。
Shit! Dead people don't just walk around!
そうだけど、そう驚くことでもないんじゃない？
Well, sure, but do you really need to be this surprised?
単に殺された後生き返っただけなんだから。
I just revived after you killed me. That's all. The woman says it as if it's nothing, coming ever closer. The space between us shrinks steadily.
生き返った。
You revived? I sit in a daze as I digest what she's told me. Ah, of course, she must have had a max revive in her pocket. She casted res before she opened the door, and it just took time. I sit in a daze as I digest what she's told me. She came back to life? Does she mean she came back from the brink of death? What? Did she go to a doctor and undergo an operation to bring herself back? Oh, come on.
バカにすんな。
I don't know why he's so surprised considering his eyes and Aoko. Like, surely he knows magic exists in this world after all of that stuff, so why is he so surprised? Like, surely he didn't think he was the only weirdo in the world.
あんなに手足をバラバラにされて生き返る人間がいるもんか。
Yeah, she's not a human. There you go, buddy. There's no human on Earth who could come back from being chopped into pieces like that.
だって私人間じゃないもの。
Yeah, good thing I'm not human then. Huh? Our words are too simple to interpret any other way. I'm not human. That's what the woman just told me.
人間じゃない。
You're not human?
当たり前でしょ。手足をバラバラにされて一人でに再生できる人間がいると思う？
Obviously, what kind of human manages to regenerate all by her lonesome after being cut to pieces? No human could. That much is fact. If someone could, they might look like a human, but there's no way they'd be considered the same anymore. Someone who can die and come back to life. A being that doesn't care if it ceases to breathe. One that can recover fully, even after being cut to pieces. Something that may look human, but definitely can't be called one. It appears that's the true form of the woman in front of me. I try to laugh at the situation, but my throat is too wrecked to let any sound through.
なんだよ。
What?
それ。
What is this? It isn't funny enough to be a joke. And even if it were a joke, it all fits together a little too well. I mean, she's got a point. If she isn't human, then it could actually be possible for her to come back to life, even after being massacred in such a way. Here he goes again. My mind finally starts to settle down. I recall the words of the one who saved me so long ago. First, I need to take a good look. Then, I need to think everything through. That's the type of situation I'm in right now.
人間じゃないって言ったな。
If you say you're not human,
それじゃ何なんだ。
then what the hell are you?
私？
Me?
私は吸血鬼って呼ば
We're
れてるけ
usually
ど。
called vampires.
わかりやすく言えば人の血を吸って生きてる怪物かな。
To put it simply, I'm a monster that drinks the blood of people. That's much better. Her being a vampire makes all of this easier to understand. Even I know what a vampire is. It may just be the stuff of legends, but I doubt there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of them. Bram Stoker wrote a famous book about them once. In Western fiction, they're often described as undying monsters in human form. Sometimes they're also described as bloodsuckers, which is what they are in a nutshell. They're monsters that drink blood. So of course they're not human.
そう。吸血鬼なんだ。
Right. A vampire. It sounded so ridiculous just saying it out loud. It nearly makes me burst into a mad laugh. I'm going to get killed any moment now. Yet, I feel incredibly calm about it. What can I say? I just don't have enough energy to care anymore. Not that it would do any good. She seems satisfied as she peers down at my pathetic figure. Wait. I thought vampires were able to walk around in broad daylight. No, never mind. That's really not something to be focusing on right now.
で、
So,
その怪物が俺なんかに何の用だって言うんだ。
what business does a monster have with me? I blurt out the words in a fit of frustration. The woman looks taken aback for a moment. She crosses her arms in front of her chest, looking me over with a small pout.
驚いた。昨日私に何をしたか忘れたの？
Seriously? You already forgot what you did to me yesterday?
あなたは見ず知らずの私を会った瞬間にバラバラに殺してくれたのよ。それで何の用だなんてよっぽど手慣れているみたいね。
You kill me, a complete stranger, in such a barbaric way before we've even exchanged a single word. And now you're asking me what business I have with you? You must be awfully used to murdering people. She looks more baffled than angry. But I could say I'm equally baffled. I mean, the woman I killed with my own 2 hands is standing right in front of me, grumbling that I had the gall to kill her.
ちょっと聞いてるの？殺人狂。
Hey, are you even listening, you homicidal maniac?
ああ、聞いてる。我ながらものすごい悪運持ちだなって今噛み締めてるところなんだ。
I'm listening. I just need a second to process how I could be this unlucky.
悪いけど、ちょっと黙っててくれないか。
So sorry, but could you be quiet for a sec? Damn. Such balls. I need something to blame. Otherwise, I'll end up destroying myself. I've learned just how bad my luck is, though. It's a little late for that. For whatever reason, I was overcome by the urge to kill this woman, so I rode the urge till I finished the job. Everything I can recall is fuzzy, so I convinced myself that it was just a dream. But it wasn't. And that person I killed wasn't even human. I've come to accept that I'm strange and defective, but compared to, well, all of this, I'm actually on the normal side. I break out in laughter. But it's not all bad news. If the woman I killed really has come back to life, that means I haven't killed anyone. Look at him finding the silver lining to excuse himself for his actions. Just because she can come back to life doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. There is such a thing as attempted murder, buddy. I would say he's lost it, but I don't think he ever really had it. No, I don't think he's had it since he was like 10 years old. I might have performed the act of killing. Yes, she's alive and well. Yeah, we might have performed. It was, yeah. Jesus Christ. At the very least, that's something for me to take comfort in. Oh my god. Bruh. I mean, it's very human to avoid the consequences at all costs, but also, bruh. The loops you be jumping through. That's right, if I didn't kill anyone, then everything might be fine. Shikitono could actually go back to his normal day-to-day life. Jesus Christ. He's stupid. Sure, in exchange for that, I'm now being hunted down by a deranged lunatic, but that's still better than being a murderer, is it though? Is it though? If you beat the shit out of someone, and they didn't die, does that mean that you never did anything wrong? No. No, of course not. It's still a case of bad luck, but it's bad luck of the very best kind. Though the whole situation might be ridiculous, at least I'm not the only one who's crazy.
Yo.
Oops. Sorry, I accidentally kicked the underside of my desk. Well, he is truly the most twisted Type Moon protagonist yet. I don't even think Shikirioki is this, upside down and backwards, and they have multiple personalities.
言いたいことがあるんだろう。文句でも恨み事でも。 思う存分言ってくれ。
Alright, I've calmed down a bit. You've got something to say to me, right? Air it all out then.
そりゃあ言いたいことはいっぱいあるけど、あなた変わった人ね。吸血鬼を前にして何その態度。
Oh, I've plenty to tell you, but you sure are a strange guy. What's with that attitude when you're face to face with a vampire?
悪かったな。必死に居直ってるんだよ。そうでもしないと自分で自分を殺しかねない。
Look, I know it's bad, but I'm doing everything just to keep it together. Otherwise, I probably would have killed myself twice over by now. If she's going to kill me, I wish she'd get it over with. I've already dealt with my body giving out on me for 7 years now. No matter how terrible the act, I'm prepared to recognize that it really did happen. Then again, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have to deal with this situation in the first place. The woman gives me a drawn-out look. Her gaze is sharp, but I don't sense any hostility. This is all so backwards. Isn't it natural to want an eye for an eye? Shouldn't she be itching to pay me back?
何ジロジロ見てるんだ。
Why are you staring at me like that?
お前は俺に復讐しに来たんだろ。なら
You came to get your revenge, right? So just...
ええ、確かに殺されたら殺し返すのがセオリーよね。
You're right. I ought to want to kill you for what you did to me.
それがお望みならしてあげるけど、とりあえず今はパスかな。それ、損益が合わないか
If
ら。
that's what you want me to do, I'll happily oblige. But otherwise, I'll have to pass. It's just not worth it. Oh, so if he asked to be, assisted with his suicide, you'll go for it, but otherwise you're like, nah, that's boring. Her eyes are firmly fixated on me.
ねえ、反省してる？
Tell me, do you regret it?
え、
What? My eyes widened in surprise. Her words just sounded so out of place.
私を殺しちゃったことを反省しているのかって聞いてるの。それでね、もしあなたが反省しているのなら許してあげようかな。
I asked whether you regret killing me. If you feel remorse over it, then I might just have it in my heart to forgive you.
あなた、人間にしては嘘が下手そうな感じだし。
You seem like you'd be pretty bad at lying. For a human, anyway.
反省って俺が？
Do I regret it?
うん。あなたがごめんなさいって言ってくれれば、私としてはそれでいいよ。
Yeah, if you're willing to give me an apology from the bottom of your heart, then I'm good with that. I can't believe it. And not just the part where my murder victim is telling me she'll forgive me. I can't believe how amazingly gentle she sounds.
もう、こっちが真面目に聞いているんだから、ちゃんと答えるのが筋ってものでしょ？
Come on, an honest question deserves an honest answer.
ほら、早く答えて。反省しているのか、していないのか。
Hurry up, tell me, do you regret it or not?
そこをはっきりさせないと先に進めないんだから。
We can't continue this conversation unless you answer. Do I regret it? That goes without saying.
それは
I try to speak, but something holds me back. You can't. If you say something now, you won't be able to continue living in ignorant bliss. Keep pretending this was a dream. Keep pretending you didn't notice. Keep pretending to be normal, it tells me.
そりゃ、何？
You... what? My throat tightens. The fear begs me not to speak. But I can't run from this. It's something I have to face. I think someone who believed in me once told me something similar. If you truly want to live a normal life, then face your own sins. Face your own actions. Never, ever look away.
そりゃ後悔してる。
Of course I regret what I did.
なんであれ、俺は人を殺してしまったんだから。
I mean, I killed someone. I wring my confession from my chest. As soon as the first words spill past my lips, there's no stopping them. I finally accepted my own failings. I killed this woman. I killed her with no mercy, for no reason. For my own gratification.
そのことを後悔も反省もできる。
I'm sorry that I did it. I'm sorry for everything.
できるのなら
And if you'd let me, if I could be permitted such a cheap gesture,
何度でも頭を下げる。
then I'd apologize 1,000 times over.
でもそれは意味のないことだ。
But there wouldn't be any point.
事実として俺はあんたを手にかけた。
I can never change what I did to you. So, what I did was unforgivable. That she was somehow resurrected is no excuse. Shikitono murdered the very woman he sees before him. I am guilty of a violation of the highest order, of an act of unfathomable violence.
だからあんたは俺に復讐していい。
So if you want revenge, I won't stop you.
俺が逃げたのはお前が怖かったからじゃない。
I
俺は
wasn't
俺自身の
running
行為
because
か
I
ら
was scared of you.
逃げていただけだった。
I was running because I was scared of what I'd done. Slumped against the alley wall, I confessed my sins to the empty air. It's as if I've finally woken up. I've spent the past day in a fugue, in a fragile, transient dream, in a brief refuge from the reality of my own depravity. But now, it's time to pay the piper.
そっか。うん。いい人なんだね、あなた。
I see. You're a good person then. I look up at her in surprise. She's smiling. She might call herself a vampire, but her expression is perfectly sweet and honest.
決めた。
Okay,
やっぱりあなたには私の手伝いをしてもらう
I'll
わ。
have you help me out.
は？
What? Her smile is different now. More meaningful. Less innocent. Help? She wants me to help her?
おい、手伝いってなんだ？
Hold on. What do you mean by that?
だからあなたを許してあげる代償。
Call it compensation for me forgiving you.
この町に根付いている吸血鬼の始末をちょっと手伝ってもらおうかなって。
I'll need some help killing the vampire that's taken up residence in this town. I don't understand any of this.
待て、許す代償ってなんだ？っていうかそんな簡単に許せるのか？
She's just impressed that he managed to kill a vampire, so she's like, yeah, I need
そ
some
もそも
help.
吸血鬼の始末ってお前自分のことを吸血鬼って言ってなかったか？
Wait, compensation? You're saying you'll forgive me just like that? And what do you mean killing the vampire? Did you just say that you were a vampire?
ああ、違う違う。私は吸血鬼だけど、町に根付いている吸血鬼はまた別物よ。
You got it all wrong. I'm a vampire too, yeah. But the vampire I'm talking about isn't me, obviously.
あなた、 この町に住んでいる人でしょ？
You live here, right?
なら最近起きている殺人事件も知ってるわよね。
Then you must have heard about the recent serial killings.
いや、ま
Well, I guess. The sudden callback to the familiar news story snaps me out of my worked up state. Somehow, the strange circumstances around these murders seem more real than whatever is happening to me here.
あ、そりゃあ知ってるよ。連続通り魔だろ。もう何人も殺されてる事件で、被害者は血液を抜かれて。
I heard the killer already killed a whole bunch of victims and that they all had their bodies drained of blood. The moment I say it, I suddenly realize what the woman is getting at. A very simple conclusion.
そう、私が言ってるのはそっちの吸血鬼のこと。
That's the vampire I'm talking about.
自分を殺せ殺せってあなたは言うけど、私が殺したい相手は今のところそいつだけよ。
You ramble about me killing you, but the one I really want to kill is that vampire.
この殺人犯ってあなたたちにとっても敵なんじゃないの？
That serial killer is an enemy of your kind too, right? My mind is running circles trying to keep up with this influx of new data. Sure, I get the basics. I understand what she's saying. But on some fundamental level, I feel like all common sense has well and truly left the building.
ほんと、人間って非効率すぎて理解できないの？
Seriously, humans are so inefficient.
自分たちで吸血鬼の仕業かと言っているのに、誰も吸血鬼退治をしないんだもの。森が燃えているのに逃げ出さないリスみたい。
Wow. You all grumble about how this must be the work of a vampire, but I don't see anyone actually going out to kill it. You're like a bunch of squirrels too afraid to run from a forest fire.
いや、だって吸血鬼なんているはずないだろ。
I mean, vampires are supposed to exist. Dissatisfied with my response, her lips pursed into a pout. Right. The mysterious creature in front of me did just say she was a vampire as well.
でもそれじゃあ何か。
So, what then?
お前はこの町で殺人事件を起こしている吸血鬼を
You came to
退
this
治してくれる
town
のか。
to take care of the vampire serial killer for us? And you want me, of all people, to help you somehow.
ええ、何しろ予定が大きく崩れちゃって。
Right. I was here to kill the vampire, but someone came along and ruined those plans.
昨日、なぜか見ず知らずの殺人鬼に襲われて殺されちゃったから。うん、あれは参ったな。もう完璧な不意打ちで反撃する間もなく17個に切断されたんだもの。
Whoopsies! Yesterday, some total stranger barged into my place and murdered me for absolutely no reason. Talk about rotted luck. I walked into a perfect ambush and got chopped into 17 pieces before I had a chance to fight back.
初めて見ただけの相手を尾行して殺したら満足して去っていくとかどうなの？ほんとひどいなんてものじゃないわ。言い逃れもできないぐらい完全な殺人鬼よね、そいつ。
Called the fuck out? What kind of person stalks someone they've never met before, kills them, and then leaves feeling all satisfied? Isn't that terrible? Cruel, even? Must have been one hell of a ruthless murderer. Ooh. Shit. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was like yesterday. As much as I'd love to refute her, I'm fresh out of ammunition.
私だってね、復元するまでは本当にあなたを殺すつもりだったわ。
I honestly was planning to kill you at first. It was all I could think of when I was restoring my body.
あんな屈辱を受けたのは初めてだったし、復元しきるのに8割以上の力を消費してしまったわけだ
And
し。
that's why she needs us, our help to kill the vampire. She doesn't have the power to anymore. I've never been so humiliated. Even worse, it took me over 80% of my power to come back to life.
それより何より本当にものすごく痛かったんだから。 あんまりにも痛いから気が触れそうになるんだけど、やっぱりあんまりにも痛くて正気に戻る
Yeah,
の。
I imagine that hurts a lot. And you know what was the worst part? It really hurt. It hurt so much. I thought I'd lose my mind. But then it would hurt so bad that it snapped me back to reality.
そんな繰り返しを一晩体験した私の気持ち、わかる？
Do you have any idea what it's like to spend an entire night teetering back and forth between two types of pain that extreme? I'm sorry, but as a human, I don't even think I could begin to imagine what that was like. Yeah, we would have, us fragile humans would not have, lasted the first initial chop.
それでね、もう憎くて憎くてあなたを探したわ。
That hate kept me going as I searched for you.
目的である吸血鬼も放っておいたぐらい、それだけに熱
I
中し
even
た。
forgot all about that vampire I was supposed to be hunting.
土地の記録からあなたの服装があの学校のものだって分かったのは2時間ぐらい前の話。
With your school as my only lead, I did some with your uniform as my only lead, I did some sniffing around until I figured out which school you went to. That was about 2 hours ago.
本当は夜まで待って捕まえようと思ったけど、もう1分だって待ちたくなかった。それじゃあってあそこで待つことにしたの。
I considered waiting until nightfall to catch you, but I didn't want to drag it out a second longer. So I just decided to wait out there. So that's why she was waiting for me outside of school. After all that agony, she must have been dying to kill me. But if that's the case...
わからないな。そこまで憎かったのに、どうして俺を許すなんて言うんだ。
I don't get it. Why forgive me if you were that angry?
そうね。
Good question.
簡単に言えば時間が経って冷静になった。
I guess I had enough time to cool my head.
私も力を消費しちゃったことだし、めっためたに殺すよりぐっちゃぐちゃの盾になってもらった方が効率的だなって考えたの。
I used so much of my power already, I figured it'd be more efficient to keep you around as a makeshift meat shield instead of giving you a squishy, squashy death.
おい、今よからぬことを口にしなかったか。
Sorry, did you just say something horrifying?
そんなこと言った？私。
Did I?
人のことを盾にするって言った。
You said you want to use me as your meat shield. She also added some pretty unfortunate adjectives to her description.
何よ、そんなの当然じゃない。
Isn't that the obvious course of action, though?
私はあなたのことを許したけど、それは私個人の感情に整理をつけただけだもの。
I may have forgiven you, but that's just the emotional stuff.
あなたが犯した殺害という行為そのものは、やっぱり気持ちじゃなくて行為で贖うしかないでしょ。
You still committed an act of murder. That has nothing to do with feelings. The only way to atone is through actions. Got that?
いや、でしょと言われても。
You make it sound obvious, but it's not. Of course it's obvious. What a level-headed woman, right? She is the Moon Princess for a reason. She is the ruler. I expected her to just kill me instead, but being asked to be her shield feels like a totally different kind of compensation. Well, it's still eye for an eye, that's what you wanted. I can't exactly pinpoint what the difference is, but I damn sure have a bad feeling about this.
素直なんだか意地悪なんだかわからない人ね。
I can't tell whether you're being sincere or if you're just messing with me.
繰り返すけど、私はあなたに殺されたのよ。
Just to be clear, you did kill me.
想像できないでしょうけど、一度死んでから蘇生するのにはそれなりに力を消費するんだから。
I know you can't even fathom it, but it takes a lot of strength to revive after that kind of mess. Is it a little late for it to click in my head that Tsukihime means Moon Princess? Yes, it's very late. Yeah, the Moon Princess's arc. That's why it's called Tsukihime.
単純に殺されるだけならどうってことなかったわ。
It wouldn't have been such a big deal if you just killed me the normal way.
でもあなたの切り口は今まで見たこともない切断面で、傷口がつながらないから体を作り直すしかなかった。
I think I only remembered Ski being moved from a silent voice. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Nope, it's TSUKIHIME.
その結果、私は生き返るのにほとんどの力を使っちゃったんだからね。
Because of that, it took nearly every ounce of strength I had to come back to life. Ah, yes, because Shiki's power destroys things at the root, essentially. So yeah, like every part of her body became like a completely separate entity when he cut it. So yeah. She puffs up her cheeks in anger. It's rather comical, but oddly vain. I guess she'd forgotten about her anger up till now, but explaining the situation is making her relive her fury.
とにかく今の私は弱ってるの。
So right now, I'm weak.
二晩も経てば回復するだろうけど、その前に襲われたら打つ手がないの。
I'll be
だ
fine
からその間、
after a couple
あなた
nights
に
of
は私
rest.
の盾になっても
But
ら
if
うか
I'm
ら。
attacked during that time, I won't be able to lift a hand to stop them. So that's why you'll be my shield.
いや、もらうからって何勝手に決めてんだよ。
Do you get any output? No. You're a criminal. Accept your penance. Accept your prison term with grace.
あなたのせいでこうなったんだから、それぐらいはして当然でしょ。
This is all your fault to begin with, so it's only logical that you help me out.
それともやっぱり反省なんかしてないっていうの？
Are you telling me you don't actually regret your actions after all? I'm trapped by her sincere gaze. Just man up to it, buddy. Just go with it. She's so unfair. No, you're unfair, buddy. This is all your fault. All this talk about regret or the courses of action aside, I'd really rather she didn't look at me with those eyes. If you're calling yourself a monstrous vampire, you really shouldn't be going around staring people down with such pure, honest eyes. She's never called herself a monster. She's just not human. Doesn't mean that she's not capable of being a gentle person. Like, that's prejudice, buddy. That's stereotyping. That's discrimination against non-humans. For shame.
お前、
You. I clamp down on the feeling rising in my chest. I regret my actions. I want to atone for them too. Yet, my heart keeps warning me that, as a human, I should not be teaming up with this woman. Well, too bad. Without any answer at hand, I idly raise my gaze. Huh? At that moment, I see a different pair of glowing eyes staring back at me. My entire body tenses up again. Strength returns to my overtaxed legs, and I force myself up from my seated position into a crouch. The woman, following my gaze, turns to look at what has appeared in the entrance of the alley. Behind her, oh, it's a big boy. It's a creature even more out of place in a human city than the vampire in front of me. The woman looks perfectly calm, but I'm struggling to wrap my head around the situation. That's a panther. I know that much. Even a child would be able to tell what animal it is. But you wouldn't see one outside of a picture book or a cage in a zoo. Somehow, here I am, experiencing just how terrifying the beast is firsthand. All without anything to protect me. You didn't bring the knife? You dumbass. It stands on 4 lean, powerful limbs. Muscle that seems as supple as rubber, yet hard as steel. Its form is far removed from that of a human being. This is a creature built for the sole purpose of hunting its prey. Simply seeing it awakens primal instincts that should have been cast away in the Stone Age. We might both be living creatures, but this panther is in another league. Its superior abilities leave me breathless. It's not something I can put into words. This creature and I can't coexist in the same world, much less communicate with one another. The Black Panther's body measures over 1 meter in length. Ooh, very big boy. Even a dog that size could easily take down a human. And here it is, eyeing me and the woman in white, vicious claws, fangs and all, within barely 5 meters between us.
ねえ、あれ、あなたの知り合い？
Huh? Is that a friend of yours?
わけあるか。
What do you think? I can't help but snap back at something so crazy. Uh-oh. I'm an idiot! As if taking my voice as a signal, the panther leaps in our direction. No, that's not right. It's running, but it's going so that fast I thought it had leaped at us instead. I can't do anything. The black blur's fangs will sink into my shoulder before I even have the time to process its movements. I can see it. I am keenly aware of how this will all end 1 second from now. But the thought of dodging or moving away doesn't even register. But the blow comes from my side instead. The woman in white shoves me away before the shadowy creature has the chance to bite me. An effortless swipe of her hand is all it takes. At her touch, I'm flung across the alley as easy as someone might throw a ball, and I go crashing into the wall. Rip. Go easy on him, Art. He's fragile. He's a human. Literally, the only reason he killed her is he got the element of surprise. I grit my teeth as I slam into the wall back first. Pain shoots up through my spine. What have you?
いいから前！
Not now! Look straight! The woman shouts at me. I look up, expecting the beast to have crashed into the wall behind me. Instead, having lost sight of its target, the panther reacts instantly by spinning in the air, planting its feet onto the wall. From there, it leaps at the opposite wall. The creature latches itself to the side of the building. Just as it seems to have found its footing, it turns its glowing gaze at me once more. Apparently it's after me, not Ark. My breath is still caught after the chaos. The panther pushes off against the wall and leaps at me like lightning falling from the sky. The woman places herself into its trajectory, deflecting the oncoming bolt with a single hand. She's even faster than the panther, her slender frame even more graceful. It's frightening, unnerving even.
ちょっと、私の方が先約だってわかるでしょ？
Hey now, can't you see I was here first?
あんまり聞き分けがないと殺しちゃうわよ。
I'll have to kill you if you don't mind your manners, you know? The woman's disposition hasn't changed at all. As if heeding our threat, the panther cautiously backs away. There's around 3 meters of space between the two of them now. The panther keeps its distance. It must have realized the difference in their abilities during their brief clash. To a human, that panther is no doubt a monster, a beast that could easily slay any human it meets. But that woman is on a whole other level. A monster among monsters. Been online for 3 hours and you didn't know? Top tier streams? Aw, thank you so much! Fortunately, I enjoy voice acting these, so it definitely helps, I think, keep everything going. Alright. A demon that could easily slay any monster it meets. The panther sits absolutely still as it observes the woman. Even I can tell how badly outclassed it is. The woman must seem like some insurmountable wall when viewed from the eyes of the apex predator.
要件は後で聞いてあげるから私の邪魔を。
If you've got business with me, I'll deal with you later. So for now, the atmosphere around the woman changes. The panther hadn't rattled her in the slightest, but the very air around her seems sharper than before. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. People? There's no mistaking it. A group of strangers is making their way down the alley. They're walking at a leisurely pace through the dimly lit back street, ambling right in our direction. Ooh, I guess this is why, that one girl stopped us from going through the gate. This is where the zombies are.
ダメだ、来るな。ここにはヒョウが。
Stop! Get away from here! There's a panther on the... I try to tell them that a panther is on the loose. But as I do, red currents flash across my vision. I rub my eyes beneath my glasses. Just now, I... Oh! Ooh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh boy! Oh! See something terrible! Bruh! They don't look very friendly. They don't look well at all. Jesus! They keep coming. They possess neither the feral instincts nor the pride of the panther. They lurch forward, completely disregarding the woman in white, as well as the fact that another few steps forward will doom them. How do I find out about all the visual novels I play? I've been a fan of visual novels since I was like 13, so some of them I've known about for a long time and just never had the chance to play. And then once you're in the community, if you follow different bloggers, different Twitter accounts, the different companies, they kind of keep you abreast of stuff that's coming out. Like, that's how I found out that Canon was coming out. I'm already a fan of Type Moon stuff, so when they announced, I already knew about TSUKIHIME coming out, all that stuff, so. I have a few acquaintances who also play visual novels, so when I see them play some stuff, I'll add it to my notes. Noisy Pixel! I'm pretty sure I follow them, yeah. They're actually a game and article translator, so there's like, for Otome games, there's like Otome Kitten and like other like Otome news ones as well, specifically for like the games geared towards women. But why would they? These creatures have no brain to think, nor a heart to feel fear. They aren't alive. They can't be. They're engulfed in flame, black smoke billowing from their eyes and mouth, and yet they keep moving forward. This is the craziest interpretation of like a low-level vampire I've ever seen. They're dead. They have to be. Their hands are outstretched, as if they were seeking salvation, but from their fingertips drips a thick oil. The drops of oil splash into tons of flame as they hit the ground. Even from this distance, I realize this oil-like substance must be their stagnant blood.
何これ
Is
新種
this a new type? Oh fuck, okay. Even she's surprised. The woman in white focuses her attention on the things before her. 2 of the 3 cadavers reach for her. The last one turns in my direction and leers at me with its burning sockets as I stand there dumbstruck. What happened to the panther? Yeah, there we go. It's got me. The panther uses that fatally short window to strike. It's even faster than the last time. This time, I'd even register it moving. The panther bears its weight against me, as if trying to push me over, and runs its incisors down my neck. A tightness grips my throat. There's a constricting sensation at the nape of my neck. It's not my skin, though. The collar of my school uniform is being bitten and pulled. It's an ally! It's carrying us like we're a baby kitten. I've pushed against the wall again. I've been dragged into a dark corner of the alley. The panther roughly presses me into the heaped piles of garbage.
お前な、人をゴミ扱いすんな。
Well, that's a change in attitude. What am I even doing? I'm berating the panther as it has me pinned down. But for whatever reason, it decides not to follow through with its attack. Perhaps the beast realizes it has bigger problems to deal with. It's like audiobooks, exactly! Hidden behind some of the waste, I sit up and peer over at the woman. The smoldering dead are brave enough to get within 3 meters of the woman. A feat even the panther dare not try. And the moment they do... Poof! The very air wails in agony. The burst of wind from the woman's arms slicing through the air cuts through her targets like a bulldozer, leaving not a trace of the 3 bodies. And this is her with only 20% of her power left, mind you. My head hurts. It feels like tiny thorns are bouncing within my eye sockets. A painful red sensation, jabbing at me like knives, like it were trying to deny all I just seen.
もうまた無駄な体力を使っちゃったじゃない。
Yeesh. I'd used even more of my power. With a resigned shrug of her shoulders, the woman turns to me. She doesn't look like she holds the slightest interest in the corpses she just eradicated.
これもあなたがグズグズしていたからよ。
This is all because you spent so long dragging your feet, you know?
早く決めてくれれば見つかることもなかったのに。
If you had just hurried up and made up your mind, they wouldn't have found us. The woman boldly walks over to me as I sit, half stunned on the ground. The panther is long gone. I must have taken one look at the scene just now and decided it wanted none of it. That the woman was simply far too strong.
おい、今のなんだ。
Hey, what was that? My headache is concentrated behind my eyes. The pain searing through my cranium seems to be throwing off whatever part of my brain controls my speech. What the hell is this woman?
何ってただの死者でしょ？
Huh? Just some regular zombies, obviously.
敵の吸血鬼の使い魔よ。ちょっと珍しい。というか、初めて見るタイプだったけど。
They're familiars used by vampires, though these ones were a little unusual. It's my first time seeing zombies like that, actually.
そうじゃない。お前の話だ。
Not these zombies. I'm talking about you. The sharp stinging in my head is begging for some sense of normalcy. She's a monster. The out-of-place panther and those impossible flaming corpses, even they appear perfectly grounded when compared to her. Through a flick of her arm, this woman made a gust of wind with the power of a tornado. Such a monster couldn't coexist among us frail humans for a second.
私だから吸血鬼だって言ってるじゃない。
Me? I told you I was a vampire, didn't I?
あれもしかしてあなた吸血鬼って単語知らない？
Oh, wait. Do you not know what a vampire is?
ここじゃ一般教養だって聞いたんだけどな。
I thought that sort of thing would be common knowledge here. Are you dumb? For such a powerful monster, she's pretty dense. But I could take advantage of this window to force strength into my trembling limbs. That fight just now led her away from the alley entrance. If I run with all my might, I just might have a shot at escaping. You really think you really think you can outrun her? I take a deep breath. Huh? Just as I'm about to start running, I catch a glimpse of her face. For some reason, I suddenly feel calm again.
おい、どうした？怪我でもしたのか？
Hey! What's wrong? Are you injured?
怪我なんてそんなのするわけないでしょ。あんな呪いのにやられるなんて考えたこともないわ。
Please, like I'd get injured. I just never thought I'd be hit by something that slow.
でもちょっとまずい展開になってきた。
But this isn't good.
こうなったら是が非でもあなたには盾になってもらわないといけないみたい。
The way things are now, I'll definitely need you to act as my shield.
は？
What? That's right, we were just talking about that nonsense. Earlier I thought she might have been speaking metaphorically about the whole meat shield thing. But now I'm not so sure anymore. She sounds dead serious. She actually wants me to act as her shield against panthers and flaming corpses and who knows what else.
バカなこと言うな、このバカ！
Are you out of your mind?
今の見てたろ。俺に何ができるって言うんだ。お前一人の方がよっぽどマシだろうが。
Did you see me just now? What do you think I can do, huh? You'd clearly be far better off on your own.
そうでもないわ。今ので本当に空っぽになっちゃったから。
Not at all. After that, I'm really running on empty.
あなたたち風に言うと生きてるだけで精一杯みたいな。
I guess you could say I'm giving it all I've got to stay alive right now. Is that how it is? It doesn't look like that at all, but sure. Honestly, I'm half glad that what I just saw was a last-ditch effort and not something she could shake out of her sleeve at any time. I mean, technically she could once she recovers. But that's not the issue here.
精一杯とか言われても困る。そりゃできることなら何でもする。
I don't know what to tell you. If you're giving it all you've got, I'll do what I can.
でも無理だ。無理だろ、どう考えても。俺にはあんなのを追い払う力はない。悪いけど、盾にだってなれはしない。
We need to be realistic. Whatever you think of me, I'm not strong enough to fight any of those things off. I'm sorry, but I can't be your shield.
嘘よ。あなたは私を殺したの。
Oh, please, you killed me once already.
そのあなたがどうしてそんな嘘を言うの？
Why even bother lying at this point?
殺したって、あれは。
I did kill you, but that was... When I killed her, it was like I'd lost myself. I would help her if I could, but the kind of help she's asking for is way beyond anything I can do. It's just a mind over matter.
ふん。 なら私が眠っている間、周りを見張ってくれるだけでいい。
In that case, I guess I'll just ask you to stand guard over me as I sleep.
それくらいなら問題ないでしょ。
You can do that much, right? I can't help but feel myself weaken before those eyes. I will help her.
俺は
I just can't say no to her request. I killed her. It's my fault that she's weak enough to even seek help from some nobody like me. Besides, we might have only just met. But I get the impression she's not a bad person. Well, I mean, she's technically not a person, but yes. Well, what it will be.
人間のあなたとしては、やっぱり吸血鬼である
Are
私
you
には
going
協
to
力
tell
で
me
きない？
that you can't help out because I'm a vampire?
そりゃそうだろ。分かって
You're
るじゃない
finally catching on, huh? Please don't look at me with those eyes. The guilt will eat me alive if you keep doing that.
けど乗りかかった船だしな。
But I guess I'm already in too deep.
ここで知らんふりするのも寝覚めが悪いし。
I won't be able to sleep at night if I pretend none of this ever happened. I already know I'll regret this later. But even so,
何より相手はあの通り魔殺人の犯人なんだろ。
you're going after that serial killer that's been terrorizing this town anyway, right?
ならこの町に住んでる人間としてお前の手助けぐらいしないと罰が当たりそうだ。
I should at least try and do something to help put a stop to that. I do live here after all. It's better than turning a blind eye to her stupidly sincere gaze.
それってつまり
So, you're telling me that?
盾になるのはお断りだけど見張りぐらいはしてやるってこと。
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not going to be your shield, but I can stand guard, sure. Yaw. There she goes again. What's with that expression? If this was a game, I'd be calling foul. Just look at her, coming back from the dead, creating tornadoes, and now this.
よかった。これで契約は成立。
Great! We have a deal then. She extends a hand to me.
やっと自己紹介ができるね。
Guess I can finally introduce myself.
私はアルクエイド。長い名前だからアルクエイドだけでいいわ。
I'm Arcade. Actually, just call me Arcade. I do have a full name, but it's a bit long.
神祖って区分けされる吸血鬼だけど、あなたはなんていう人？
I'm what's called a true ancestor, a kind of vampire. What about you? That might be the strangest self-introduction I've ever witnessed. I sigh, either I've accepted my insane new reality, or I just don't have anything left in me to argue.
当の式あいにくただの学生だ。
I'm Shikitono, just a regular student.
前もって言っておくけど本当に何の役にも立たないからな。
I'll warn you now. I'm not going to be much use. I take the woman, Arquide's hand. She peers at me intently for a moment, then offers her hand again for a shake.
それじゃあよろしくね、シキ。
Well, Shiki, as of now, we're partners.
私を殺した責任、ちゃんと取ってもらうんだから。
I'm going to work you hard in return for killing me. She grins wickedly, her left hand outstretched. I must be the first and last person in the world to be repaying someone for their own murder. Of course, I had to sneeze right in the middle of the line. I'm really in it now, aren't I? But what else can I do? Against my better judgment, I shake hands with this mysterious vampire, this woman in white. But that's okay.
何？
Where am I? Don't know. We'll deal with that in a moment. Will you let me save? There we go. Alice in the River of Flames. Interesting. Surely not Maho Yoru Alice. Alright. Next time, we will continue. Now we are properly on Ark's path. Trying to think. I haven't quite set up the rest of the week yet, so maybe we'll play TSUKIHIME again this week. We'll see what I'm feeling. Big stretch. They say don't make important decisions when it's late, so we will see. We will see, we will see. So much good stuff is going to be coming out in the next little bit. So ideally, I'd like to clear some of our backlog because I'd rather finish games rather than just abandon them. But we will see. Hope to catch my next one. Excellent! Yeah, I mean, I stream at 7 p.m. EST on Monday to Fridays, 12 p.m. EST, Saturday and Sunday. So unless I'm going out with friends or I'm not feeling for your time, yep. Like I said, I usually post my schedule up on Twitter as well, so you know what games are advanced. But if you don't want to check, as long as you tune in at roughly the same time, unless I had to cancel because I'm sick or I have errands to run or something, I'll be here pretty much every day, same time, same place. For now, though, time to get myself out of here. Time to give the cats their dinner. Maybe throw myself in the shower again. I showered already, but it's summer. I'm already feeling hot and sticky. Voice acting a murderous teenager takes a lot out of you. But I'm glad you guys seem to enjoy all of that. It's a lot of fun. Trying to act with these visual novels. I mentioned before that I wanted to go to the art and theater school, like high school in my town, but my parents wouldn't let me. And friends tried to talk me into doing fandub stuff, but at the time I didn't have equipment or anything like that, so I don't consider myself fantastic, but I have a lot of fun with it, and that's what matters. Well, there goes the cats. They're running for the kitchen. They've sensed the time is upon us. Alright. So I'm not sure what we're doing yet tomorrow. This might be a week where we're flying by the seat of our pants a little. But I am going to get out of here. What VNs am I looking to tackle? Good question. I would have to make a list. The cats always know. They always know. I'm working my way through the Phoenix Wright series, which is technically a visual novel. I want to get through Danganronpa stuff, any more Uchikoshi stuff as well. So there's the new game that's gonna be coming out. There's a Rain Code. So those are ones off the top of my head. I would have to look at my list. I wanna do Umineko with you guys. It's been a long time since I played that one. So that's one for sure. So yeah. For now it's the classics as different things pop up. Sometimes I'll do a one-off stream of it. Other times, like with TSUKIHIME, I'll do as much as I'm allowed. It all depends. They all have different streaming permissions. So yeah. That's just a tidbit. At some point, maybe I'll make up a whole list with everyone's recommendations and we'll see what's plausible. But for now, that's gonna be it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time I see ya, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.